Hey guys, another update. Um, so far, um, work was good today. Um, well, actually, it was alright, but you know, that's because you know this whole thing with my depression and everything is just it's still kind of kicking, but as of last night, I actually started remembering, well, not really remembering, but like reminding myself, like, hey, how many times has he come back? How many times did something like this happen? Like either his phone got broken, accounts getting hacked, or his phone getting hacked, and he always found a way to come back to you. And I answered to myself, well, throughout the whole 7 years that we've known each other, more than once. So I had to tell myself to um, buck up, stop being depressed, and just wait, just to wait for him. Hey, Trenchy. So yeah, I am now feeling a little bit better, knowing that I have that confidence, knowing that he'll come back. But um, yeah, at the same time, I'm trying so hard not to break. I want to keep that confidence. I want to, you know, I want to keep telling myself he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back. Because I know him. Kind of like what I was saying yesterday. He wouldn't say I'm in love with you or I love you, and then just poof out of nowhere. Like that whole message on Discord. I believe that's why I believe he was hacked because even when I created a new Discord account just to see what's going on and I tried adding him, there's nothing. There's um no re-add or anything. So I keep thinking, what do I do? What do I do? But knowing him, uh, I know he'll come back eventually. I know he will. The last time something like this happened, I think it lasted 8, 9 days. And around that time, it was last year. And I kept thinking, like, I never got the chance to tell him my feelings for him. And that was um, before we got together. So I was getting worried. I was getting, like really, really sad. And I kept thinking, I don't want it to be like how it was with my other crush back um, in another high school I went to because there was this boy I was crushing on. And yeah, he knew I was crushing on him, and I knew he was crushing on me too. But because of something that had happened in my life, we never got the chance to actually talk about our feelings. We never got the chance to be together, to be in a relationship. And I remember when it came to last year with my boyfriend, um, before we got together, I kept thinking, I don't want it to be a repeat. I really don't. I don't want it to be a repeat. So I remember venting to my sister and I was telling her I don't want it to be a repeat. I want him to come back. I want to be able to tell him my feelings for him. I want to tell him that I'm crushing on him deeply and that, I have really strong feelings for him. And last when it came to last year, it was hard for me to process it. And now it's like like since we've been together for a while, now I know that, you know, that of course throughout all this time, it was more than just a crush. And, I was like, you know, throughout this whole relationship, I kept thinking, like, was it really just a crush I was feeling, or what was it? And then I came to realize that throughout all the years that I've known him, that I'm actually in love with him. You know, uh, we've talked about sorry, I'm kind of breaking. We actually talked about marriage. We talked about living together, and even recently, we uh, we agreed to have like a corpse bride theme wedding, because we both like Johnny Depp, and we both like Tim Burton. We both like the movie Corpse Bride, and we kept thinking it would be so cool to have those kinds of vows at our wedding. Like, yeah, I know a heart to heart vow is also romantic, but when he was quoting Victor from Corpse Bride, that's when, I think it was him or me, one of us said, we should have a Corpse Bride wedding. Oh, right, he said it. He said, we should have a Corpse Bride wedding, make it a theme for us. And then I was like, hey, that's actually not a bad idea. I really like that idea. And, and yeah, he even said that we should we should get married on a day that we both remember. Not like a romantic, not a romantic. I'm sorry, not like a random day where it's like let's say it's August 22nd. Like what if we both don't remember that? So we both agreed that it would be on a day that we are both gonna remember, and um, today actually marks our 1 year anniversary of being in a relationship. And um, and as much as I'm happy about it, I I would be more happy if he was, video chatting with me again, or being on phone call with me. Either way, I would want to know that he's okay, that, you know, he's still healthy, he's still breathing, and everything, because one of the last things that we talked about 2 weeks ago was what would what we would want each other to do if one of us passes away. And he said that when he dies, he would want someone to love me and to see me the same way he did. And that's what's been getting to me, because I keep thinking, well, like, I know he's preparing me and all, but why do we need to talk about that? I don't want to be thinking he's gonna die tomorrow, or he's gonna die next week. I don't want to be thinking things like that, because it'll just break my heart. So, um yeah, um it was it was kind of a emotional thing to talk about, but I told him, like, that, you know when I die, I would want him to do the same thing, to find someone who loves him and sees him the same way I do, because he deserves that even after my death. And he nodded, but he agreed, and I could tell that, um even though it was a very, very strong subject. Um, we it was like it still needed to be said because it's more of a just in case kind of thing because we're all living on this earth. We don't know when it's our time, So I get why we had to talk about it and everything, but when you think about it, it's it's really emotional, especially with how everything is right now. Like with him not, video chatting with me or texting me, letting me know that he's okay. You know, that's where my depression, my anxiety, my overwhelmed thinking is kicking in. And it's like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to. It's just, like that's what runs through my head. And I hate feeling like that. I really do. So that's why last night I had to tell myself, get a grip. You know him. He is coming back. You may not see that now, but he is. He is coming back. And when he does, you are going to be happy. And you may cry, you may not. You may be like Molly Weasley, being like, where have you been? I've been very sick, I tell you, sick. I've been very sick. Bed's empty, no note, call gone. I would probably be like that. You know, I probably would. But I don't know at the same time, but I know when he does come back, I'm gonna be so happy, so overjoyed, and like even if he just stops by at my doorstep and he's like, "Hey, I'm here," I'll then I think I would be giving him a big hug, but at the same time, I would probably hug him a little too tight, and I'm gonna tell him, "Don't ever do that again. You hear me? Don't do that again. You scared me half to death." You know, I might be saying that to him, but I know him. He would be apologizing for me being scared like this. He would. He would be like, I'm sorry, but this is what happened. And then once I hear the whole story, then I'm gonna be like, well, you're back now. That's what matters, and you're alive. You're breathing. You're healthy. You're not injured, and that makes me happy because you know you're here. That's all I want. And my birthday's coming up in 4 days, dude. I feel like my only birthday wish is for him to come back. That's all I want. I don't want to be celebrating my birthday thinking the worst. I really, really don't. So here I am, trying to stay strong and to, like, I don't know, keep my mind distracted. Thank you, Tranchi. Um, yeah, I I don't want to celebrate my birthday being worried, being scared, and everything. I would want it to be where he comes back today, tomorrow, 2 days before my birthday, even the day before. Either way, that would make me so, so happy. And I would be saying, this is what I truly wanted. This this is my real birthday gift is him coming back. You know. So that's all I want. And yeah, right now he might be at work and everything, but damn, I I miss him right now. I really, really miss him, and I'm just I'm trying. I'm trying to hang in there the best way I can. So, um, I might actually start doing those videos that I promised Um, I think the last. Sorry, my computer does that. Um, I think the last monster video I did was the very first one, which was the woman in white, which is of course in episode 1 of Supernatural. So um, I'm thinking of doing another one of the Wendigo. It might be later today, it might be tomorrow, I don't know. I do need to go to bed early tonight because I got work tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So yeah, I have to focus on eating, washing my work clothes, and all of that. So even if I don't do it today, I might do it tomorrow because I don't know. So um, I think with this, I'm just gonna just talk. So if Trenchy, if you wanna say anything, if you wanna add anything, like to distract me, go ahead. I would rather be distracted than have a lot of bad thoughts running through my head. You know, I would rather. So um, I I appreciate that. I'm still trying to keep myself together right now. So yeah, just you know, I'm trying everything to distract myself. I mean, like last night, I'll be honest with you, um, I wasn't really hungry, and at first I kept thinking, why am I not so hungry? And then I realized that yesterday I only had 2 hours of sleep before I went to work. And I kept thinking that's not good. So I kept trying to eat, but I wasn't hungry. So I thought maybe I'm just tired. So I put myself through a test, and I put myself through a test by just like taking off my glasses because yeah, I do wear glasses. So I just started that by taking off my glasses and by just laying down. The minute I laid down, I fell asleep, and then I wake up like around 1 a.m. I only had 2 hours of sleep around that time, and I was like, well, that was it. I was more tired than hungry, and then I went, I turned off my light, went back to sleep, had a scary nightmare of Art the Clown. It was so scary as hell. And um, that woke me up like I think around 4, 4 a.m. And I was like, okay, no light off right now. I need to have the light on. So um, I turned the light back on, and I fell back to sleep. And I woke up like I think around 6 before my alarm clock went off, and I had to get up and get ready for work. So I got some sleep, and that made me feel better. And I was actually able to eat today. And I kept thinking, if my boyfriend knew about this, I would say his name, but you know, I rather um, keep that private for now. But of course, I can talk to Trenchy in private. Arthur Clowns is intense like campy. Yeah, 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 he is. Um, so that was my nightmare though. Like he he kind of was like walking toward me like he was friggin' Samara from the Ring, and I was like, damn, that's some scary shit. So yeah, I anyways, I had to you know I had to like get ready for work, and then I went to work. And at work, I finally ate. First, I ordered myself a hash brown because I thought, well, I need to have something in my stomach before I start my shift. So I ordered myself a hash brown with a nice coffee, and that felt good. And then, like around 12, I had my meal break, and I finally ate. I ordered myself a 6-piece chicken nugget meal, but I was only able to eat 4 pieces of it. But that's still okay because I have a very small appetite. My appetite's not big, you know. I'm not the kind of person who's like I can eat, you know, I can eat like, a medium fry with 10-piece chicken nugget, um, and then maybe apple slices, and then like a hot fudge sundae. No, I my appetite's not that big. So because I ordered myself the 6-piece, I was only able to eat 4 pieces, but that's still good because I was still able to eat my medium fry as well. So, that was still good enough for me. And I'm like, well, at least this is a start. And even when I was at work, I even kept thinking, like, if he knew how depressed I was, how much I've been crying and everything, he would not like it. He would be like, baby, why are you crying? Yeah, I'm right here. I haven't left you. He would be comforting me. He'd be doing everything he can just to see me smile again. So because because of that, it made me stronger today. And I think that's why I'm now more confident today, knowing that he'll come back. He'll come back to me. I know he will. So yeah, um, I'm more confident in that now. And I know I wasn't yesterday. Like if you remember yesterday, Trenchy, uh, yesterday I kept talking about how scared I was and depressed I am. As much as that's still lingering, at the same time, now I'm just having full on confidence that he's coming back. Because he always does. Throughout all the years that I've known him, he always found a way to come back to me. So yeah. Oh, thank you. And yeah, I'm just taking deep breaths here. Taking deep breaths and just thinking like, I have to stay strong. Kind of like that slogan in Supernatural. You have to you have to always keep fighting. So with me, I keep thinking like, hey, if um if Sam and Dean friggin' Winchester can do it, so can I. I can stay strong for him until he returns, and so what if I do cry when he comes back? At least he'll know that it's because I'm relieved, that I'm happy to see him again. You know, he'll know that. It's not like me crying thinking that we broke up. No, I know him. He wouldn't break up with me after being in love with me for so many years. He wouldn't do that. So knowing him, I know he'll find his way back to me. I mean, he knows my name. He probably knows my number, maybe not by heart, but if he were to look through his old phone, then he'll be able to save it, give me a call, surprise me, you know. And he knows I have TikTok, he knows I have Snapchat, he knows I still have Telegram, so he can still be able to find me on there, everywhere. So, yeah, that's how I know that he'll find me. So that's what's keeping me going right now is him, finding me everywhere because he knows it's not like he doesn't know me. He's met me before. Like I can tell you the story of how we met. Um, we met in Walmart. He was working for Premium, where I think it was about cell phones or something like that. And I'm on the phone with my sister, and in the movie aisle I see this whole Twilight collection of the movies, and I'm on the phone with my sister, and I tell her, "Can I just kill those fucking vampires?" And he he walks up behind me, and he goes, "Just don't kill the that Alice chick. She's cute." And I said, "Actually, I'd rather kill them all. I mean, why do they sparkle in the sun? Makes them look gay and weird." He had this huge smile on his face. And I studied his face and I told him, "But you knew that. You just wanted to see if I knew that." And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, I did." And it was like, I think months later, I had asked him, "So why do you think Alice looks cute in Twilight?" And he goes, "Oh, because she looks like you." And I was like, "Wait, what?" And he said, "Yeah, you know, like, to be honest with you, I have a crush on you." And I was like, "On me? Why me? I mean, I'm already taken." And, because I was at that time. And he goes, I just do. And then every day since then, he's been listing everything that he sees of me, like, how beautiful I am and, gorgeous and, cute, adorable. He would mention all of these things. And I kept thinking, whoa, where is this coming from? I don't even get this from my boyfriend from California. So I kept thinking okay, what's going on here? And then um, there was a day where I had this prediction dream of him that I knew already that he had a new job. And then I thought, okay, that's great. I'm glad he does. And then I had this prediction dream that he had gotten promoted, and then he got into a car accident. And then I remember waking up feeling so scared, and I kept thinking, I I gotta tell him, I gotta warn him. So I messaged him, well, mostly texted him, and I told him how scared I was. He asked me why, and then I told him about the dream I had, and I told him, um, I know I might sound paranoid or whatever, but just please be careful, okay? Please be careful um, when you're driving to work or driving home from work. Just please be careful. And he assured me that he will. And a month later, like exactly a month later after I had that prediction dream, he got the promotion at work. And then I was like, "Oh, that's great." And then I remembered my prediction dream. I was like, "Oh crap. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen." So I remember I'm pacing in my room, being extremely anxious. And then he got home and he texted me and he said, "Well, I'm home safe and sound, but I want to let you know that um, your dream almost became reality. I was almost in a car accident, but thanks to you, I wasn't. You know, um, you saved my life tonight." And I remember feeling so relieved that I actually cried. And I kept thinking, thank God. thank God he's okay, and I'm glad he took my prediction dream seriously because I kept thinking if he doesn't, I don't know what I would do if he were gone. And I think at that moment, that's when I knew I started like, having the same feelings for him. Yeah, like, I tapped into something, but in my family, we kind of, it kind of runs in the family where we get these prediction dreams and they become reality. I used to get them a lot. I don't really get them as much anymore, but I still get visions in my head where I see that something's about to happen and I'm like, okay, I gotta warn them, and now I keep thinking with this that I wish I could have seen it coming. I just wish I did, but I didn't see anything coming. So, um, it makes me real guilty, but at the same time, it's like I can't control it. I'm like freaking Sam Winchester, where he gets the visions and stuff. Um, I'm like Sam Winchester. It's like I can't control it and I can't fight it. All I can do is like when I see it, all I gotta do is just warn that person, be like, hey, be be careful out there. That's all I can do. You know, there's nothing else I can do. So it's like I can't be building my life filled on regrets like what if this, what if that. I can't do that. Because if I do, then I'm just gonna keep wondering like, you know, I'm gonna keep wondering all about these what ifs. So it's like I rather not. So um man, even all of that what if talk is making me feel nauseous. Ugh. So yeah, so yeah, we've known each other for 7 years. We texted every day and we there were times where we would call each other and then we discovered Telegram and we started video chatting with each other until we kept getting cut off. And then we discovered that, you know, we both had Discord, but just not with each other's names. We weren't friends on Discord, not yet at least. So um, we finally found each other on Discord. I think he gave me his Discord name, or I think I gave him my Discord name. I can't remember which one. But anyways, we became friends on there. Like we added each other on there, and then that's when we started video chatting more. And the more I got, you know, comfortable with that, the more I started being myself around him. And he was still, being all flirty, telling me how adorable I am and everything. And I'm thinking, my God, this dude, I really, really like him. And then the breakup with my distant boyfriend in California happened. And, um, and yeah, I was sad for a while, but at the same time, I was feeling relieved because I kept thinking I hated how he treated me because he was treating me like if I was a cheater, and all of that. So I didn't like that. So when I had told my current boyfriend, like, what had happened and everything, he was like, you deserve someone better. And deep down, I kept thinking, I deserve you. You're the one that makes me feel alive, loved, and everything. And when we finally got together, it was on this day last year, and we were always talking to each other and everything. So yeah, we got together around this time on this day last year, and we've been together ever since. No arguments, no fights, no disagreements, nothing like that. So, our relationship is pretty healthy. Like, yeah, he might live in the same, he might live in a different area of the state that we both live in, but he still talks about seeing me again. He still talks about wanting to marry me, wanting to live with me. So that's how I know that this whole disappearance thing right now, that it's just temporary because he'll find his way back to me. You know, um, I know he's very serious about us because if he wasn't, we wouldn't have lasted this long in our relationship. We our breakup would have been like maybe within that those 2 months that we were together or whatever. But I know he is serious about it. He's not like any other guy I've been with. So that's how I know he's coming back to me. He he'll come back. So I fully know that. I'm fully aware of it. So um yeah, at the same time I feel like I should start preparing myself though. But at the same time I don't want to, because if I start thinking about, death, or, like maybe I'm the problem or anything like that, then I'm gonna fall back into depression and I don't want that. So to answer your question, Trenchi, over here, how do you want to be distracted? Just tell me stories, or just talk to me about anything. It wouldn't matter what the subject is. You want to tell me, weird ass stories of talk about, not talk about, but McDonald's employees, go ahead. You want to talk to me about Supernatural, go for it. You want to talk to me about Johnny Depp, I'm all in for it. You know, like, I'm up for any discussion, really. You know, I mean, I would rather be distracted than have my mind going around some freaking rampage thinking the worst. I rather not. I'd rather not think the worst. I'd rather be strong, and since I know that he'll be coming back, I'd rather keep that faith than lose it. Because if I lose that faith, I wouldn't know how to live with myself. I would be like, you should have trusted the fact that he's coming back. But you kept thinking the worst thing. Don't think the worst. You gotta remember, he loves you. He loves you deeply. So he'll come back. He'll find his way back to you, no matter which way it goes. So, yeah, because, you know, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I know I'm not wrong here. But when you're deeply, deeply in love with someone, you'll always find a way to get back to them, no matter which way it goes. A call, a text, showing up at your doorstep, and all that. They'll always find a way back to you, and you'll always find a way back to them. So yeah, that's what real true love is. And I, to be honest with you, I kind of learned that from him, because he he always showed me how how much he had these feelings for me, and everything. Like he was always showing me that. He was always showing me how much he was in love with me, and everything. Like, no matter how many times he would be sick, he would be gone for a week or whatever, he would always find a way back to me. And if I was ever sad, he would drop everything and be like, "Talk to me." That's how he was and is. I can't say was like he's dead. Jeez, what's wrong with me? Uh, I'm already saying was as in past tense. God, I hate myself for that. I'm sorry. But he is like that. because that's just the kind of person he is. When you're upset about something, he'll find a way to comfort you. So yeah. So my love, if you're listening, even if it's later on down the road, uh, just know that I'm sorry for crying. I'm sorry for being depressed and not eating as much, but I am getting better, and I know you'll come back. I know it. So, um, you know my Telegram, you know my Discord. Hopefully, hopefully you know it by heart. Even if you don't, you still have my Telegram. You know where you can message me. So yeah, um, just come back soon. All right, Trenchy. Oh, thank you, Trenchy. I appreciate that. What's your favorite Johnny Depp movie? Uh, there's a lot of Johnny Depp movies. I mean, it's I would say I have like the franchise favorite, and I have two more of the favorites. Of course, who could go wrong with Pirates of the Caribbean? Um, I love his movies. I love Captain Jack Sparrow, but who doesn't? But I also love his movies. There's the movie called From Hell. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's a good movie. It's actually based on a true story, but they actually also wrote a book about it as well. And my other favorite is The Ninth Gate, which I did mention yesterday. You I think you can tell that even that one is my favorite too because I was watching it for like a whole year and a half. Yes, yes, it is. It's a really great movie of Johnny Depp's. I like how he played the inspector on there and everything. He did a really good job in that movie, but he does a good job in every single one of his movies. Ooh, I I have. Yeah, I've seen Donnie Brasco. Wasn't that the one where he was disguised as a like he wanted to be part of the mafia or something like that, but he was actually a detective or something like that? Or is that a different movie I'm thinking about? I'm pretty sure that is the one, but I'm just double checking. There is also another movie of Johnny Depp's called Arizona Dream. That one I've seen, and it's a really good movie. And I've seen Rango and Secret Window. Those are really good movies too. Very intense. But with Secret Window, if you ever have the movie on DVD, or if you were to look up on the newest scenes of Secret Window, then yeah, you'll actually see that there's a deleted scene, and it's very very dark at the very ending. Like I remember watching that deleted scene, and I had to pause it just to see what I'm looking at, and I'm like, oh shit. So that was intense. He plays real life detective Joey Pinstone. He gets undercover in the mafia. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I know. I was remembering that. Um, yeah, that's. It's been a while since I've seen that. I think the last time I watched it was like, I think it was October because around that time I remember uh that I had started my job at McDonald's around that time, and I thought, okay, I'll watch this movie. So that's when I watched Donnie Brasco. Yes, Ringo is good. I loved his his usual screams in the movie. Just like the way he screams, I love it. It's classic Johnny Depp. Let's see here. Secret Window is a good. John Turturro is also great in Hack. And that, yeah, yeah, he did really good on that movie. Um, I think my favorite scene in that movie was like I like to believe that this was a blooper, but they decided to keep it in the movie. Where like I think my God, what happened? He was he saw the car, I think, of his friends, and he was trying to peek through the window because he's like, wait, who's in the car? And then when his friend just like, he popped himself back up or whatever, Johnny Depp, he jumped back, and then the friend rolled his window down of his car, and Johnny Depp is laughing, and he's like, "You scared the shit out of me," and I'm thinking, was that a real blooper, but they just decided to keep it in the movie or something? Because that doesn't look like it was in the script at all. It really doesn't. It doesn't look like it was in the script. It looks like it was a blooper, but they just decided to keep it in the movie, being like, "Oh yeah, that's really good there because it's a genuine reaction." So I would like to believe that it was a blooper, but they just decided to keep it in the movie. Like I want to believe that, because that's just what it looks like to me. And kind of like another one, like in Pirates of the Caribbean 2, Dead Man's Chest. Um, the scene where he's holding the jar of dirt and he says, "Look what I got. I got a jar of dirt. I got a jar of dirt. And guess what's inside it?" That was actually a blooper from Johnny Depp because he actually forgot his line. He forgot the real line he was gonna say that was in the script. So he had to improvise and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna sing about this jar of dirt." So that was actually a blooper of his because he forgot his line. So they really liked it, so they decided to keep it in the movie. So remember that for next time that you watch Dead Man's Chest. Um, that scene is actually a real blooper. So if you remember the cast members' faces, like their face reactions, that was their real face reactions. They're like, what the heck? Wait, what is he doing? So that was their real reaction because of how Johnny Depp just improvised on that scene. So that was, like, yeah, like you said, Chenji, is because of that blooper that Johnny Depp made. It's one of the best scenes in the movie. It really is. So yeah, you cannot go wrong with that one. You really can't. And yeah, let's see here. What other movies have I seen of his? Um, of course, there's was Eating Gilbert Grape, and I swear to you, my boyfriend kind of looks like Johnny Depp in What's Eating Gilbert Grape. I am not even kidding. If I could show you a picture of Johnny Depp from What's Eating Gilbert Grape to um, what my boyfriend looks like, you would be like, "Oh wow, he does look like him." So yeah, it's very coincidental, and yeah, I've seen What's Eating Gilbert Grape before though. I watched it years ago with my sister when Hollywood Video and Blockbuster were a thing at the time. So, or I think we watched it on cable actually, and that's when we first watched it. And it was a really we thought it was a really good movie, and we thought that Leonardo DiCaprio deserved an award for it because he put a lot of work into his character, and so did Johnny Depp. I don't know if Johnny Depp got an award for it, but I hope he did. Accidents make some of the best scenes in films. Yes, yes, they do. They really, really do. Like, oh man, what's another one? Uh, I'm trying to remember here. Um, I think there's another movie of Johnny's. Um, I can't remember which one, but you know what? When I remember it, I'll get back to it. I'll just use something else as an example. Um, I think there were some things that happened in the Supernatural series that were also bloopers, but because of those bloopers, they decided to keep it in the series and in the episode because they were like, hey, we don't really care if it's a blooper. We want to keep it. Oh, here's one. Um, although it might be a spoiler alert to those who haven't seen season 15, but there's a clip of where Dean is eating ghost pepper jerky, which of course is like the most hottest spice you could ever eat. Like it makes you sweat, it makes you tear up and everything. You lose your breath, you lose your voice and everything. So sorry about that. Um, well, dinner is ready. So I can still talk and eat, but yeah, dinner is ready. So I'm gonna grab my food real quick and then I'm gonna yeah, I'll be right back. So clean and tight. Oh, actually, let me mention it real quick. So that ghost pepper jerky scene, um, that was Jensen Ackles' real reaction, and everything that happened in that scene, they just decided to keep it in there. So yeah, that's a real fun fact for you. And for those of you who haven't seen season 15 of Supernatural, I am so sorry for the spoiler, but I just want to throw it out there because I couldn't think of any other bloopers that they decided to keep it in the episode or movie. I couldn't remember it. So deepest apologies for that. But I will be right back because dinner's calling. So let's see here. I'm just trying to put this back on the desk. All right, I'll be back. right, I am back. Now, here's a question. Um, would you like me to share a link with you so you can hop in here instead of being in the live chat? I mean, live chat is fun and all, but if you want to be part of this live stream, I don't mind. Okay, I will send you the link to uh I'll send the link to you on Twitter. So hold on a second. And Twitter is loading. Doo-doo-doo. I need to trim my bangs. There we go. I sent it to you, Trenchy. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done this too, so yeah. But it's fun. Let's see here. Where's my spoon? I need my spoon, people. I need my spoon. Found it. Okay. You're welcome. Hmm. Alright. Let's see here. While Trenchy's getting ready, let's see here. What other Johnny Depp movies have I seen? Um, I have seen Don Juan DeMarco. That one is a good movie too. Um, I've also seen a movie called Chocolate. It's a really funny but romantic movie, and coincidentally, he also plays as a pirate on there, but just not Captain Jack Sparrow, kind of, kind of like pirate, a different kind of pirate. But yeah, it's still cool because you start thinking like, wait, he plays a pirate in Chocolate, but he also plays as Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean, and of course, he's also a pirate. So, it's actually kind of cool. Let's see here. Of course, I've also seen Sweeney Todd. That one is a really good musical. Um, it's a really good musical to watch. For me, I only watch it when I'm like highly upset about something or someone. That's when I watch it. But if I'm in a good mood, then that's when I don't watch it. But um, yeah, I only watch Sweeney Todd when I only watch Sweeney Todd when I'm like in a really, really bad mood. Like when I'm really highly upset, when I'm really frustrated, that's when I watch it. So, yeah, I think the last time I watched it was I don't remember watching it last year to be honest with you. I probably did, but probably don't remember. Yeah, I really don't remember the last time I watched it. But yeah, like yeah, that's like the only time I watched the movie is uh is when I'm in a really bad mood. Now there's one movie that I do like kind of, but it's kind of depressing to me. It's called Richard Says Goodbye, or to some people it's called The Professor. Um in that movie he finds out that he has cancer, and he's just like, oh fuck, how am I supposed to tell my family? How am I supposed to live through this? So you know, he has like 6 months to live without treatment, but with treatment, it'll be like a year and a half, I think, is what the doctor told him. And then it was like, wow, that's still depressing though, because you don't want to be thinking that this is like these past 6 months aren't going to be the last days, the last months of your life. It's a really scary thought. So, but there's a lot of swearing in there, and yeah, it's still a good movie, but yeah, it's kind of just depressing. And I have seen Mordecai. That one's another good one as well, and it's really funny. It's a really funny Johnny Depp movie. And let's see here. I already mentioned Don Juan DeMarco. Um, there's one movie I have not seen yet. I really, really want to though. It's called The Man Who Cried. I really want to see that. I I haven't seen it before, and I kept thinking like I don't even know where to watch it. You know, like even on my Roku TV, it's just like, oh yeah, you can rent it on Prime Video for $3.99, and I'm like, well, what if I don't have the money for it? Then what? So yeah, um, oh, Trenchy pooped. I think he's no longer watching. Uh, okay, I think he's gonna jump in soon. Oh, there he is. Trenchy, welcome in.
Hello?
Hey Trenchy, how you doing?
Oh, I'm okay, thanks. How are you?
I'm hanging in there.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, is still better than how I was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but thanks for joining in. It's nice to have you here again.
Oh yeah, thanks for inviting me. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, you're welcome. Um, yeah, dude, how have you been? Have you been doing any more YouTube?
Once in a while.
Once in a
Um, yeah, I'm more on other people's channels. Like I'm on my channel a little bit, but I'm more on other people's stuff.
what about Marty's?
Yeah, I'm on Marty's once in a while. Um, I forget the. I was on a stream of his, I think, like a few weeks ago.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, we still do stuff.
Oh, that's good at least. Cause yeah, you don't want to be like be missing out on the fun stuff. You're like whether if it's like talking about Jurassic Park or the Scream movies, you don't want to miss out.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm glad
yeah.
you're still hanging out with him.
Oh yeah, yeah. We still see each other.
Good.
And I still do stuff on my channel, like just not as much as I used to, but I do it.
Okay, so are you doing other stuff or like do you work or something?
Not currently.
Oh, that's still okay. Cause yeah, I know finding a job is hard.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
One
It
day, one day.
one day, yeah. You'll you'll get out there and find a job. I know it. It took me a while to find a job, and then I finally got it.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
my mom works at McDonald's. My brother used to work at McDonald's.
Oh
My
wow.
uncle works at McDonald's. My other uncle used to work at McDonald's. The thing.
Yeah, it sounds like a thing going on there.
Yeah.
And some of them still work at McDonald's?
My mom does.
Oh, wow. For how long?
Pretty long time.
Oh, that's pretty good actually. Is she like a manager there or something?
I think so. I don't think she's like a top manager or anything like that.
Hmm. It would be awesome if she was. She'd be giving you all the free food there is.
Yeah, she's done that sometimes. But yeah, I've heard some crazy stories.
Oh, you gotta tell me those stories.
Yeah, it was like shit from when my brother worked there, and like I don't know. And apparently there was this one guy there, like he was high all the time, and then somehow a customer on the highway was calling and being like, "Hey, I said I wanted a burger. You just gave me a bun with nothing on it." And it was like the because the guy was so high, he just put a bun in a box or whatever.
Oh
So
my
I'm sure
god.
you're doing fine.
I don't know. There was a time where this lady, I was just taking care of, the other customers' orders, like lifting them to their car. And then one lady, she just yells across in the parking lot and she goes, "Excuse me," and I'm like, "Huh?" So I walk up to her car and I said, "Can I help you?" And she goes, "Yeah, I wanted a Coke." And the lady at the drive-through window, she gave me a root beer, and I didn't want root beer. And I was like, "We don't serve root beer." And she goes, "Whatever. The thing is that I didn't want a root beer. I wanted a Coke. Okay, so do you think you can give me a Coke?" And I was like, "Uh, sure." And I'm like saying this to one of the managers, and they're like, "What? She's crazy. She doesn't know what she's talking about."
Yeah, yeah. There's some people like that.
Yeah. So I had a lot of weird people. Well, maybe not a lot, but just some who are just very weird. I'm like, where do they even come from?
I don't know. And I'm one of those people, and I don't even know where I come from, so I don't know. We come from under rocks or something.
Probably, because yeah, they would always be like, "Oh, like I want a root beer." And like I even got that today. Someone told me, "Yeah, I would like to have a root beer," and I'm like thinking, "Huh? This isn't Jack in the Box. This is not like
We
Burger
don't
King.
sell root beer.
Yeah, we don't serve root beer." And it's like, how do they not know that? And I'm just like, you know, if you looked right in the fountain area, you would see we don't serve root beer.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of weird shit happens.
Yeah, that seems to happen at these types of stores. For sure.
Yeah,
Excuse me. That seems to be a common theme.
yeah. Um, I once had a Karen who made a scene at McDonald's, and
Mm.
she was all like, I've been waiting for my food for 20 minutes. The ice melted and now the drink tastes disgusting. My food is cold. I demand fresh food and some new drinks. And she was all arguing with, my managers and everything. And I'm thinking, like, I know it's frustrating to wait that long for your food. Do you really have to make a scene? So
Yeah,
this
you could just ask politely.
Yeah, exactly. But she didn't. She made a whole scene out of it. And a male customer said, you know, instead of being ungrateful, you should be sounding pleased that they are actually giving you fresh food and new drinks. And she goes, "Excuse me? You have no right to talk to me like that. I'm old enough to be your grandma." And he goes, Still, even my grandma knows how to respect people. These people, they work hard here at McDonald's. So instead of punishing them the way that you are right now by being an ungrateful bitch, you should be thanking them for giving you new food.
Ah,
Yeah, that guy was a total badass, just like standing up for us like that. I was like, damn, dude, thank you.
yeah. No, that's good.
Yeah. Uh, so what's your Johnny? What's your I can't talk today. Bleh. What's your favorite Johnny Depp movie?
Favorite? Fuck. Favorite's hard. Of course, Dead Man's Chest is a banger. I
Yeah.
mean, um, Donnie Brasco, the one I brought up earlier, I love that one. Um, I don't know, he's been in so many good, like, Edward Scissorhands is really good.
Oh yeah, I grew up watching that one.
Yeah, that's a classic. I don't know. He's been in so much. I rewatched a Sleepy Hollow last Halloween. That one holds up. That one's good.
Oh yeah, he's good in that one.
I mean, Sweeney Todd. Sweet Todd's a banger. I mean, there's just so many good movies he did.
Yeah,
Ninth
he's a
Gate's
really
good.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Blow? Have you seen Blow?
No, but I own it. I just never see. I don't think I've seen that one. I might have seen clips, but I own it. That's the one with like Penelope Cruz is in it with him, right?
Yeah, yeah, she's in there with him, and of course, they reunited in a couple more of his movies.
Mm.
I forgot what the other one was, but the other one was
Uh,
also Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger
Stranger
Tides.
Tides. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where they also work together as well, and yeah, it's actually pretty cool. So, um, yeah, they worked together in that movie, and I don't know what other movies they worked on together, but they worked on some other movies together.
Hmm. Yeah, I've heard good things about Blow. I know he sells cocaine or something in that one, right?
Yeah, it's based on a true story too. Like he
Hmm.
sells cocaine, like I think he'll buy them, then he'll sell them. And of course, he does get caught more than once, on it, and he ends up in jail more than once. So, but the ending is actually sad. I'm not gonna give it away, but it's just a
Hmm.
sad ending. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
it
don't
sounds
know.
pretty good.
Oh, what about Once Upon a Time in Mexico?
I think I've seen clips of that one. That's like part of a trilogy. I know he's in it. He's got like the goggles, right?
The goggles?
I think he has goggles in it. I could be wrong. I could be thinking of
Um,
something else.
yeah, goggles with me doesn't really ring a bell. And
Hmm.
that one he does wear like sunglasses though, and
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking.
yeah, he would wear like a fake arm and everything.
Jesus.
Yeah, his character would only wear it for a short amount of time. Then when he would be in the clear, then he would take it off. But still,
Hmm.
it's actually funny. Yeah, I don't know where you can watch that one. I'm on my TV because that's I have Roku TV, so it always tells me where you can watch things for free. So
Right.
yeah,
It's on the list. I'll get to it in like 40 years or something.
40 years.
Yeah, I get to things eventually. I'm very slow. I know my friends are like, "What the fuck, dude? Like you're like you got 100 movies on your list. You don't want shit." I'm like, "I do sometimes. I do get to your recommendations. It just takes a while."
Yeah, sometimes that's how it is. Sometimes we just get to it very slowly. It's like, yeah, it takes us a while, but we get there.
Yeah, it's like I think I can. I think I can.
Yeah, that's really how it is.
Yeah.
Um, well, it shows that Once Upon a Time in Mexico that is going to be available on Friday.
Oh.
Yeah, which is next Friday, I think May 1st. So,
Hmm.
it always updates. I think monthly or weekly, but I think
Yeah.
mostly monthly because it always looks like it's a monthly thing. But yeah, I was saying not too long ago that there's one movie of Johnny Depp's I have not seen that I would like to see. Um, I've been hearing about it for quite some time now, and I keep thinking, man, I really want to watch that one. It's called The Man Who Cried.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
I didn't hear about it until uh I think when I was watching other like YouTube videos of Johnny Depp, and when I came across that like a certain movie scene, I kept thinking, what is that one? Like I've never seen that one before, and someone it mentioned on the list that it was called The Man Who Cried, and I was like, I have not seen that one. I've never even heard of it till now.
Yeah, no, I've never heard of that one at
Well,
all.
let's see here. It came out in 2001.
Hmm.
Uh, a refugee flees Russia and finds her voice in a Parisian opera on the eve of World War II. She falls for a gypsy horseman in this romantic drama starring Kate Blanchett, Johnny Depp, and Christina Ricci.
Good cast.
Oh, yeah.
Although I was hoping it would just be him sitting in a corner for an hour and a half crying. Like that I guess that plot's good too though. Um
Trust me, when I first heard of the movie called The Ninth Gate, I kept thinking, let me guess, it's about a movie where he enters one gate, then the second, then the third, all the way to the ninth, and that's all it's about.
yeah,
But
he's gotta
then,
get past these gates.
yeah, it's like he's got to get past these gates, and he's like on a mission or something. He's like Ethan Hunt and Mission Impossible. He has to get by certain things, like maybe swords or flames, whatever. And I kept thinking that would be interesting. But then when I watched the movie, I was like, okay, this is better than I imagined.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know it was actually based on a book?
I think I did hear that, yeah. I gotta rewatch that one again. It's been a while. But I remember liking it enough.
Yeah, with me,
It was pretty good.
it's my, it's one of my favorites. I actually have it on DVD, and
You said you watched it like 1,000 times or something.
yeah, I watched it for like a whole year and a half, especially
Holy
while I was doing my
shit.
yeah, especially while I was doing my schoolwork. I made it a habit of like when it came to like late night tests or whatever, like if I was, gonna be busy doing my assignments or whatever, I would be well, just so that way I can get by and everything. I want to watch the movie, so I would listen to it through my earphones, but have the movie playing on my Roku TV, you know,
Hmm.
and um, and yeah, I would just like be doing my homework while watching it, and it became a habit, including with me finding answers and everything. And I kept thinking, Like there are more clues here. More there are more of these questions that need to be answered. I demand answers.
So you're like a ninth gate expert.
Kind of, yeah. Like I could tell you this. And in the movie they don't really reveal it, but here's what I found out from a certain website, that there's actually a fourth engraving of the ninth engraving. Like, like when it came to the
Oh,
others, there were only three. But when it came to the
hmm.
ninth one, there's not three, there's four.
Damn.
Yeah. And I think there's only four because it's like a trick, because they're like, well,
Mhm.
we don't really want you to summon the devil. We just, we invented this so that way it's tricky enough to where you don't raise him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was discovering all of that, and I kept thinking, like, wait a minute, how come we've never seen the fourth engraving in the movie? And I kept thinking, well, what if we have, but we just never paid attention to it? So
Hmm.
that's when I started doing more of my digging by watching it, and then I had more questions, and more questions led to me watching it more. And then the more I actually discovered those answers, especially watching some YouTube videos, that's when I was like, now I have my answers. And I still kept watching it every single night.
Were you
It,
watching anything else around this time, or was it just like ninth gate? Like
no,
just
around that time I would watch other things too, like when it came to last year. When I was watching The Ninth Gate, I was also watching a lot of Fruits Basket because I want
oh yeah,
I
you said that.
yeah, I wanted to watch some anime because I kept thinking, I want to give anime a chance because I never really watched anime because, one of my
Hmm.
ex-boyfriends, he was all like, "Oh yeah, in order for you to watch this, you got to become a smartass like me." And that's why I
Hmm.
hated the fact of watching anime. But then I thought, what if it's not so bad? So a friend of mine suggested Fruits Basket, and I thought, like, funny, what's that about? So I looked it up, and I was like, huh, it sounds very interesting to watch. So when I got to, I think, the second or the third episode, I was hooked. And I kept watching that. And I went from Fruits Basket to watching different Johnny Depp movies to
Hmm.
watching Boy Meets World and
Hmm.
watching Ryder Strong movies. I mean, do you
Gotcha.
do you know Boy Meets World?
Yeah, yeah, I've seen it. It's been a
Okay.
while, but I've seen it. I've also seen the Girl Meets World one.
Yeah, that one is still good.
Yeah, yeah, that one has problems, but it's solid. Boy Meets World might be a little better. I think it's better in ways, but yeah, the remake's not terrible.
Yeah, yeah. The remake is not like that bad, but I still prefer Boy Meets World over Girl Meets World. But I think
Yeah.
that's the tomboy version of me talking because I'm not really girly, but my boyfriend brings out the girly in me. Like every time he compliments me, I end up squealing and blushing like a freaking girly girl. And I'm like,
Hmm.
stop it, I'm not girly. And he's like, hey, you can be girly around me all you want. I'm like, no, I'm a tomboy. And he's like, no. When you're blushing like that, you are girly around me. I'm like, fine. So yeah, that's just how it is though. But
Right.
overall, when it comes to movies or TV shows, I don't ever watch anything girly. Like, if someone were to ask me, "Oh, do you like the movie Mean Girls?" I'll say, "Like it? I would watch it." but it's not my favorite. You know,
Right.
same thing with like Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. Like, I would watch it, but it's not my favorite. And if someone were to ask me, well, what is your favorite movie? Then I'll say, well, The Ninth Gate, Pirates of the Caribbean, From Hell, and like the Scream movies. And they're like, those, those aren't made for girls. And I'm like, well, then I'm not really a girl. So,
I won't. I wouldn't say they're all not made for girls. Especially like Scream has a female audience in mind. You know.
oh yeah, but like I'm talking like for those that are like too girly to where they can't stand horror movies. They're always
Oh
like,
yeah.
"Ew, gross!" Ah, I'm just like, when I see it, I don't get fascinated by it. I'm mostly just like, oh my god, I can't believe that happened. But I don't get girly about it. Where I'm like, oh, ew, gross! Ah.
Yeah.
Like a lot of girls can be like that, and it's like, okay, get a grip. It's a movie.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind like getting grossed out by a movie, but it's like, yeah, it could be a bit much. Or,
Yeah, like there was a movie of Ryder Strong's that I watched, and as much as I do recommend watching it, at the same time, it's kind of not really kind of, but it's actually very gruesome. Let me see here. What was it called again? Not Cabin Fever, because I like Cabin Fever. It's called I think it was called, yeah, that's what it's called. It's called Borderland. It's about how he I think he goes on this trip with his friends, and at some point he gets kidnapped, and he's like being tortured and stuff, and some other shit is happening, but it's like very gruesome, and you can see what gruesome things they're doing, and you know uh, what happened? No, Trenchy, come back, come back. Well, he poofed. I gotta wait till he comes back, and I'll re-invite him in. So, yeah, um, that just happened. Uh, let's see here. I gotta take mine. Oh, there he
my
is.
bad. I got kicked.
Oh, it's okay. Welcome back.
Yeah, my bad. What were you saying about the borderland?
Yeah, it's very gruesome because him and his friends they go on this trip to Mexico, but a lot of gruesome shit happens, and it's like it's based on a true story. That's the
Hmm.
scary part of it too, is that it's based on a true story.
Right.
So yeah, it's like if you haven't seen it before, watch the trailer first, because chances are you may be like, I don't want to watch this.
Yeah, I'll add it to the list. I've watched a lot of crazy shit, so as long as it's like fiction, I'll probably be able to watch it.
Yeah, it's actually based on a true story with that one.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, that's another problem there, is that it's based on a true story, so then it kind of makes you think all these things, and you're like, oh god, like did this really happen?
Yeah, they pull liberties with those based on true stories, though, especially horror movies.
Yeah. And then there's another one of his called Tooth and Nail. Now that one is not really gruesome, but like it has some gruesome parts in there, but not in every scene. But it's still hard. It's still kind of hard to watch. It's about like how him and these uh, group of survivors of theirs, including his girlfriend, which is actually his
Mhm.
real life wife today. Um, they're trying to survive in a in a hospital that has been abandoned for a while, and they're trying to survive because all of a sudden these people are coming over to get them because they're cannibals.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So it kind of leaves you on edge, like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? I actually watched it and I kept thinking, like, yeah, it's not too bad, but I just wish it could have gone a little bit better, especially
Mm-hmm.
in the ending.
Mm. I'm looking at it as an interesting cast for sure.
Yeah, if you're seeing oh, I don't even know what her name is anymore, but she plays as Ryder Strong's character's girlfriend in the movie, but in real
Hmm.
life that's actually his wife.
Yeah, because I look at it, Michael Madsen, good actor. Robert Carradine, Rachel Milner, the second Meg, is in this movie from
Yeah,
Supernatural. The second Meg, the good Meg.
yeah, yeah, she's in there.
Yeah, she's been in a couple things I've seen.
Yeah, like this movie, I can't remember if it is or isn't based on a true story. I don't think it is because we've never been in a apocalyptic world or anything like that. But
Hmm.
still, that's what the movie's about. It's about like an apocalypse world that you're in. Let's see, what was her
Yeah.
name again? Let me see here. No, damn, what was her name? That's her name, Alexandra Barreto. She yeah, in the movie Tooth and Nail, she plays as Ryder Strong's character's girlfriend, but in real life they're actually married and they have a child together.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I think that's where they met. I think they met in the movie, but I'm not too sure at the same time. But overall, I think Tooth and Nail is a good movie, but I just wish that it could have, it could have gone better. But there are some like jump scares here and there.
Hmm.
And then there's have you seen Darkening Sky?
Darkening Sky. I don't think so. What's that about? Maybe I have.
Um, well, it's about Ryder Strong's character who you know, who you know he discovers like I think that he has been abducted by aliens before or something like that. So that's what his studies are. I think that's what they're about. Like he's a grad student, but he's discovering. Well, I'm just reading the dialogue here. It says that a grad student discovers a dream about alien abduction is real and finds shape-shifting extraterrestrials, implanted objects, organ harvesting, and humans possessed by a malevolent alien presence.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool. Yeah,
It
I've never
is.
seen that. I was looking at it too. I've never seen that.
It's It is a good movie, but it's also like one of those movies, kind of like The Ninth Gate, where it kind of makes you have questions. You're like, wait, how did this happen? How did that happen? When did it
Hmm.
happen? And it starts making you have a lot of questions. And
Hmm.
every time I get to have any of those questions, I'm like, I gotta rewatch it.
Right. I gotta know.
hmm I demand to know.
What is the answer?
Yeah, it's almost like when you're watching the movie Clue. You're like, who who killed who in what room with what weapon?
Hmm.
So it's almost like watching Clue but different. Ah! I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm taking some medicine because I'm like recovering from a cold. So this medicine is disgusting.
Oh, you're fine.
Ah. So yeah, but you can watch it for free on something called Fossum, or you can watch it on Plex if you heard of Plex.
Oh yeah, I've heard of Plex. I've
Yeah,
used Plex and I'm pretty sure Fossum before.
cool. Yeah, that's where you can watch it if you're ever interested. Or let's say if I come back in here tomorrow and you're like, hey, let's watch Darkening Sky, then I can try, uh, streaming it for us, even if it's in private, just that way we can, watch it.
Right. Yeah, maybe we could do that at some point.
Yeah. Ah! That's disgusting. Ah! I
You
hate that.
okay? Jeez.
Mhm. It's very hard for me to swallow pills. So because
Oh, gotcha.
yeah, because this pill is kind of like chalky, it's easy to dissolve. So um with me, I have to dissolve it in water and everything. So every time I take it, it tastes so disgusting. But it's the type of medicine that you have to take with food or with milk. So
Hmm.
that's why I'm taking it now while I'm eating. But man, that stuff's nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, pills can be a bit rough.
yeah. But yeah, you should see the trailer of it too, of Darkening Sky, because yeah, you start having questions even after watching the trailer. You're like, wait, so how does this happen? How does that happen? And then you end up watching it, and then you have more questions.
Yeah, it looks interesting. For sure.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing is that according to IMDb, it's only rated by 4.4 stars.
No, IMDb's full of shit, anyways.
Yeah, you don't know
Uh,
half of what they're talking about.
yeah, I mean it's mostly like people rating it, which I, I don't know how. I kind of go off my own thing.
Yeah, so do I. I don't go by um IMDb views because I'm like, well, not a lot of people, rate, movies on there anyway. So the best way to do it is just watch the movie yourself and, see how you like it or you don't. Like it can go both ways. Like I think
Yeah.
I tried watching Cabin Fever 2 and
Oh God.
yeah, I could not watch it. Like I only watched I think 2 or 5 minutes of it, and the minute I see um that Ryder Strong's character gets hit by a bus and his guts and body parts spill everywhere, I was just like, no, no. Like that's not what I wanted. I want to see that he's in the hospital, he's surviving, and he's telling these other people what he had to go through, so he's helping them survive. That's what I was hoping for. But when I saw this whole other thing, I'm like, no, why did you have to kill him off?
Yeah, you didn't miss much. Um, not much at all.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's like cabin fever at a prom, but it's just not that interesting. And a homeless man pees in the punch bowl for some reason. It's never talked about, but it happens.
Wait, what
Or it's
happened in
like
Punch Bowl?
there's like a janitor. The janitor pees in the punch bowl at the prom.
Ew.
I don't know why he does this, but he does. Um, yeah, I didn't like that one. I think the first one was okay. I gotta rewatch it, but I did not like the second one.
In my opinion, the first one is way better than the second one. Even though I didn't finish watching the second one, I was still like, I really don't care. I'm not interested in finishing it. You know, the first Cabin Fever movie is still as good as is.
Yeah,
Yeah, I prefer Cabin Fever 1 over 2. To me, part 2 doesn't exist.
yeah. You're like, I saw the 5 minutes of it. That was enough. That movie didn't happen.
Yeah, pretty much. And
You made the right call.
thank you. Um, I think the only movie of Johnny Depp's though that I really don't like. Actually, no, make that two movies. I think one of them is called The Astronaut's Wife, only because there's a certain scene in there where it looks like he's raping his wife when he's
Wait,
like,
what?
yeah, that's to me that's what it looks like in the movie. Like, and I thought like that's a very unsettling feeling. And the other movie is what was it called? Dead something? I forgot what it was called. I'm trying to look it up right now.
Wait, not Dead Silence. He's not in that. A Dead Transmission? No.
No, Dead Man.
Oh, I've heard of that. I want to see that one. I hear that one's really good. I gotta see that.
Yeah, I probably wasn't paying much attention to it at the time or something. I'm not entirely sure, but I remember when I watched it. I wasn't a whole big fan of it, and I was like, no, no, it's not for me. But the other one I watched was I think the other one you mentioned. What was it like Transcendence or whatever?
Oh, yeah, I don't think I've seen that one, but yeah, Transcendent.
Yeah, I'm trying to find like almost every single title right now. I've seen the Rum Diary though. That one was good, but I'm like, what would be better if Amber Heard wasn't in it?
Right.
Like it would have turned out a whole lot better without her in it. Let's see here. Do. Damn, what was that movie called? I'm trying to find it. Man, it's hiding from me, dude. It won't let me find it.
Damn. Oh, Ed Wood. I forgot. Ed Wood. Classic. That's one of my
Oh
favorites
yeah,
from him.
I've seen that one. And I have seen one of his movies too. Ed Wood's. Um, there was a movie of his called Plan 9 from Outer Space, and of course I know that's
Yeah.
what the movie Ed Wood is about too. But yeah, with that movie, I didn't really care too much about it. It was really boring, and I kept thinking like, okay, so we got werewolves or freaking vampires, walking in the daytime, and we got something else walking in the night sky or whatever, and then we get these aliens, and then we get, something else, and I'm like, what the heck? What is this movie?
Yeah.
I just remember when I was watching it in film class, I was not a big fan of it. I was like, what the fuck am I watching? But of course, with the movie Ed Wood, I like Johnny Depp in that one. He did a good job playing that character.
Yeah, yeah, no, he's great as Ed Wood, and I like Plan 9. I like a lot of Ed Wood's movies, Glenn or Glenda. Um, there was one I watched. It was terrible. And we watched it twice in a row because my friend was showing me in, then another friend came in, and they're like, "Start it over. We'll watch it again." And yeah, it was not that great. Um, yeah, it was a thing.
Oh my
But
god.
I usually like Ed Wood though. His movies. I don't think he was the worst director in the world, like everybody says.
Yeah, you think that he had like his own creative thinking and stuff.
Yeah. He tried. He might not have had the budget, but he tried, and you can see what he's doing. And yes, our movie's a bit slow sometimes, and they have problems. Yes, but they're not. There's passion behind them, and that's more than you can say about some other people's films. Because there are
Yeah,
films with no passion, and that's
yeah.
like I don't know.
Movies like
I don't know. It's like a lot of cash grabs and stuff that just you can tell just nobody really cared about this movie. It was just made for a quick buck. But like Ed Wood had a vision. Ed Wood, he helped Bella Lugosi. He saved Bella Lugosi's career and gave him a second life for better or worse. Mm.
yeah, very true. And I think I can think of a couple of movies that you know that didn't really have that much meaning into it. Like, um, I would say, for instance, maybe like the second Kevin Fever movie. Like you
Hmm.
said, like it was like Cabin Fever, but more of a high school prom theme. And it's like, was that really a vision, or was it because back then it was like a thing? Because back then that's what they tried putting almost everything like in like horror movies or TV shows. It was always based on high school and based on
Hmm.
what's going on in prom and how prom is becoming disastrous. So with Cabin Fever 2, it was like we go from these kids graduating from college to, having their summer break in this, cabin
Yeah.
and woods and everything. And of course, it turns into a disaster. But then in Cabin Fever 2, you get one of high school kids who are being infected by the same disease, but at a high school prom.
Yeah, and the characters aren't as good. It's just I don't know. It's
Yeah,
it's just not that good of a movie. Um,
yeah.
yeah,
And
I
there,
think. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Oh, I was just gonna say there are just some movies out there that, yeah, like you said, that just like it looked like the director or writers, like they had no vision of it.
Yeah, they just and sometimes they don't care, and sometimes they do care, but they don't have a direction, which is sad. And you could say maybe Ed Wood stumbled from that a little bit, but I think Ed Wood had a vision, man. He had a vision, and yes, like he did have some guy putting a cape over his face who's like 25 trying to play like a 80-year-old Bella Lugosi who's now dead, so we just get this young guy and put a cape over his face. But at least that's kind of funny. At least I can, like, he tried. He's like,
Yeah,
fuck it, what do we do? He's dead. We'll just get this guy and he'll put a cape over his face. It's like, Jesus Christ, okay.
yeah, yeah. I gotta watch more of Ed Wood's movies because Plan 9 from Outer Space was the only one that I watched. And even though I was in high school, to me, it still didn't make any sense to me. So I kept
Mm-hmm.
thinking, what's the real story behind this? Like, are they being abducted by aliens? Is someone about to be bit by a vampire? Are they gonna be turned into a werewolf? What's going on? What's really going on?
Yeah,
I got really extremely confused.
yeah, like he definitely tried to put a lot into his films, and sometimes it did not help, but sometimes it's like it kind of not working is what made like Plan 9 is like, and I don't think it's the worst movie in the world. I've seen way worse, but Plan 9 is an interesting movie because it can be really slow at times, but then there's times with, like I said, the fake Bella Lugosi. You got Vampira walking around and her hands look fake. I don't know why, but she's got these very big hands. You got the giant bald dude running around, and then these aliens are in the spaceship being like, "We're aliens," blah blah blah. It's like I don't know what's going on, but this is beautiful. It's wonderful.
Yeah, exactly. Like even with Val Kilmer, there's a lot of his movies that we grew up with, and we love his movies, but there are just some movies of his that I don't really care for, only because like same thing, like it really had no vision really, because it was like, wait, what's really going on here, and
Hmm.
why, how, and all of that. So there was a movie I watched. I don't know what it's really called, but I thought at first it was interesting. But then the ending kind of got confusing. But was you know, there's one movie that I really don't want to watch. Of Val Kilmer's. I forgot what it was called, but it was like, even if I were to tell you what it's about, you're gonna be like, that's one movie I don't really plan on seeing because it doesn't sound like it has any hidden meaning into it.
Oh,
Yeah, it sounds weird. I even watched the trailer of it, and I was like, this sounds really weird as hell. I don't plan on watching it because it just sounds too weird. Oh man, what was it called?
yeah, I like weird movies, but I guess it just depends on the movie.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out what it's called, but overall, we grew up with Val Kilmer, and
Hmm.
we love almost all of his movies. So it's like with Val Kilmer, what's not to like of his movies.
There's usually like even with some actors, like yeah, they you might like almost all their movies, but there's usually like one or two where you're like, yeah, or quite a few where you're like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I forgot what it was called, but I can try telling you what it's about. There's this movie of his where like it's about this these people who are, I think they're on like some kind of like vacation or something. I'm not entirely sure, but what happens is that they realize that something is after them, but it's something like very cold, and also like it's also paranormal, but it's also just very weird. It's nothing that you would imagine. Because imagine this. Imagine Frosty the Snowman turning into something you fear. Like that's
Wait,
what the movie's
what?
about. Like the movie's about this snowman whose own son coming after them.
This sounds wonderful. What is this?
I have no idea. I'm trying to find the freaking title of this movie and I can't.
That sounds insane. Oh wait, is it the snowman?
Yeah, something about a snowman, and I was like, what the fuck? Wait, like, why would they make it into like, a snowman? Because it looks like Frosty the Snowman coming to life again for revenge or something.
He's in the serial killer movie, The Snowman, but I'm trying. I don't think that's the one you're talking about. Um,
Yeah, let me look up on Val Kilmer real quick, because yeah, there's that movie of his, like, yeah, it just sounds very, very odd to me. I'm like, I'm not really sure if I really plan on seeing this movie because it just sounds, a little too weird to me. But it has something to do with a snowman. No, not the thaw. Uh, let me see here. Damn, now I can't find it. Jeez. Oh yeah. Okay, there it is. Yeah, it's called The Snowman, and it says the story is based on a 2007 novel of the same name by Joe Nesbo. Let's see here. The following Inspector Harry Hole as he tracks a serial killer who builds snowmen at his crime scenes.
Hmm. Yeah, I've heard of this movie.
Yeah, it's like, to me, I'm just like, wait, that's how the killer it wants to be, like that's how he wants to be kind of like how you kind of call it intimidating. Like he wants to build freaking snowmen just to track his trail. What?
Here's a snowman.
Yeah, it's like well, where's the next victim? Oh, right there next to the snowman.
Next to the snowman.
Yeah, it'll kind of look like Frosty the Snowman just came to life and killed the person.
That's funny.
Yeah, so I'm just like I'm not sure if I do want to watch this or not, but at the same time it sounds interesting, but at the same time like I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I want to
Yeah.
watch.
I don't know about this one.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like one of those things where you're like, I'm not sure about this one. Like, I'll give it a try, but chances are, if I don't like it, then it's like, well, it doesn't exist to me.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I get that.
yeah, we grew up with Top Secret, Real Genius, Top Gun, The Prince of Egypt. Uh, let's see here. We also
Prince
grew
of
up.
Egypt's great.
Yeah, I love that movie. We grew up with Willow, The Saint.
Hmm.
Uh, let's see here, Tombstone. Yeah, we definitely grew up with Tombstone. And let's see here. I've seen Conspiracy. There was a time where we rented it from Hollywood Video when it was a thing at the time. And at first, our mom didn't like it at first. She was all like, "Oh no, it's kind of weird to me because he only like he has an amputated leg and he's on the hunt for something while he has PTSD from like when he was in the war or something." And to her, it didn't make any sense. But I kept thinking like, well, you really gotta pay attention to it just to get the feeling of it on what it's about and everything, like what's the real meaning behind this movie. So I watched it and I'm like, hey, it's actually not a bad movie.
Hmm.
I mean, if you're interested in that kind of thing.
Yeah, which one is that?
Conspiracy.
Oh yeah, I've never seen that one. I haven't seen a lot of his movies.
Yeah, there's still a lot of movies I'm trying to catch up on too. I've been trying to catch up on his movies since last year when he passed away.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, there's just a lot of movies out there, and like you were saying, that have real vision and
Hmm.
kind of like even like TV shows, like you know you always try to stop and think like, well, how did they come up with the idea of with supernatural? Like, how did supernatural become a thing like it is today?
Hmm.
Yeah, and I think it's because they had a real vision about it, and it's like, hey, it's because of that vision that's why Supernatural is so famous today because people are so inspired by it and everything.
Yeah, like Supernatural just really came together well, and it took some things from shows that came before and kind of did its own twists with it. And
Mhm.
it kind of overstayed its welcome a bit, but it still landed the ending well enough. Although I
Yeah.
still think it, as much as some of my favorite characters come after season five, I still think it probably should have ended with season five, even though I'm glad it didn't, because Crowley and some other characters really got the shine after that. But and there's some great episodes after season five. But I don't know, that season five finale is amazing.
Yeah, it was. I liked how they were talking about the Chevy and Paul car, especially when it came to the very last episode, and how they were pouring their heart and soul into that car and everything. And I thought, like, well, yeah, that's true, but you know, like, what if this? What if that? I start having my own questions, and at first when I was watching it for the first time, I thought it really ended in season five until the next episode played. I was like, wait, what? Wait, what is this? And then, when season six, episode one started playing, I was like, there's more? No way. There's more.
Hmm.
And I think same thing with when I was watching Boy Meets World. I wasn't expecting there to be, I think, how many episodes or seasons? Like, I think there
Oh,
were,
there's a shit ton.
yeah, I think, yeah, it has like seven seasons. And at first I
Yeah.
thought it was gonna end in like season three or something, but it continued. And
Hmm.
I thought, okay, cool, cool. But I'm just wondering why the continuance. And then when I found out like there's, more to the to each character's stories and everything, I was like, okay, I'm listening, I'm paying attention. The only thing I didn't like was that first they made Eric Matthews, smart. Like, like he wasn't too smart. Like, he was
Yeah, he
smart.
was like an average kind of slacker brother.
Yeah, and then later on in the show, they turn him into like a real dum dum.
They totally, his character went like, I don't know, his character like slowly deteriorated during the show into
Yeah,
whatever that was by
yeah,
the
and
end.
that's one thing I hated. I know they were trying to make him more funny and everything, but I'm like, you still could have done that while making him smart. Like, you don't turn Sean into like like one of the most funniest characters into a boring character. Like, you didn't do that to Sean, you didn't do it to Corey or to Panga. Why do it to Eric?
No, Sean grew and actually, but stayed funny.
Yeah,
But Sean
exactly.
grew. I love the one arc in there where it's like, what was it? The teacher takes him in.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was great. And then they meet again on Girl Meets World when he's older, which I really liked the cast. What really made Girl Meets World was like the older cast in there as well. And I liked that we got to see their storylines finish. Although I have some problems with how it finished, but I like how we got to see it like continue.
Yeah, I really like that too. And the thing that I can relate to with Sean though is like the whole father thing because
Mm-hmm.
um if you remember the episode of Sean's dad dying in the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
um he was asking his brother Jack like all these questions. Like he was saying like, when you were a little kid, did you used to sit next to him all night long hoping he'll say something to you? Or like, did you ever once clean up after him when he came home drunk? And when he didn't come home at all, did you lay in bed thinking it was something you did that drove him away? And when he was gone, did you walk around and make believe that everything was okay when inside it was tearing you apart?
Mm-hmm.
I honestly cried throughout that whole scene, and I kept thinking I relate to that because of my father.
Mm-hmm.
Because when he abandoned us, I was like 14 going on 15. And it's like, still today, I'm like, damn, dad, it's been 17 years and you abandoned us for so long now. And now look at us, we're grown up and you missed a lot. All because of your selfishness. Like after grandma passed away, you were just like, no, I don't want to see my kids anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like now all he does is he'll he'll like text us saying happy birthday, Merry Christmas or whatever, but he won't bother to come down and see us. So that's one thing I can relate to Sean about is the whole father thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
I
get that.
yeah, but overall I freaking love Sean. I really do.
Mm-hmm. He's one of the best characters.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite character in there?
Probably Sean or Mr. Feeney. I mean, Mr. Feeney is the goat. He is great.
Um, yeah. I love the Feeny call. I'm sorry. I have that running in my head right now.
Yeah,
Mr.
I have to
Feeny?
rewatch that one.
Yeah. I don't have Disney Plus right now, so I can't really watch it right now, but it's like all I can do is just like um all I can do right now is just like go on YouTube and find like 3 hours of Boy Meets World or whatever, and I'm like, okay, this works, even though it's like random scenes at random episodes, is still better than nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Still, I'm sad. I need to watch Boy Meets World. I know I watched it like I don't know how many times now, but it's like I want to watch it again.
It's a quality show.
Oh yeah, it is. It's a really good show. I mean, it's one of those shows like Supernatural, like oh, what other good shows are there? Have you seen 21 Jump Street?
I've seen the movies. I don't think I actually watched it. That's a Johnny Depp show. I've
Yeah,
seen clips of it. I know what it is. Like he goes undercover in high school.
yeah, yeah. Just like the movies, but it's like
Hmm.
placed in the 80s and stuff. But yeah, yeah, you're in the right track. And yeah, you can actually watch it on Amazon Prime if you have that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I've heard good things about it.
yeah. But Boy Meets World is like one of those shows where you can watch over and over again.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's one of those shows where you can watch it over and over again, not get tired of it.
Yeah, that I have some shows like that or similar to that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh man, I keep looking at the title now, and I'm like, man, I miss Boy Meets World. Stop torturing me. Yeah, I so wish I could, have Disney Plus again so I can watch it, but I don't. But right now, all I can do is uh watch some other shows like you know with my boyfriend, since I miss him terribly and everything. Uh, it's like the only thing I can do is watch something that he likes, and
Hmm.
everything. So it's like I've been watching Has Been Hotel, and next I'm gonna be what's it called? Hellfu Boss, something like that.
Oh, I Hell of a Boss. I've heard of those. Those are the animated series.
Yeah, and he also suggested to me to watch something called One Piece, and the other one was Doctor Stone.
Oh yeah, One Piece is good. It's just got thousands of episodes. I was actually like challenged to review all of One Piece, which may happen eventually or maybe not. I don't know because there's like millions of episodes.
Yeah, that's what my boyfriend was telling me too. Like he was telling me, yeah, there's a lot of episodes on there, and I'm thinking, well, how many are we talking exactly? And I think according to my research, it shows there's like about 114,
Hmm.
probably more. You know,
There's a shit ton. And there's movies and I think spin-offs and stuff. There's a lot. It's like Dragon Ball. There's a lot.
oh yeah, I don't really watch Dragon Ball only because of my ex who told me, okay, you gotta watch Dragon Ball in order for you to in order for you to become a smartass like me, you gotta watch Dragon Ball and you're
Well,
gonna be
that's
quizzed on it.
wait, what?
Yeah, that's what my ex told me at the time, and I was like thinking, wait, what? And he
How
goes,
does watching Dragon Ball make you smart? Never mind.
I don't
Uh,
know. Like he was telling me all that crap, and he even said, like, you don't even know how I got good at my grammar and everything. It wasn't because of school, it was because of Dragon Ball.
I'm guessing he's watching it in English, but what the hell is
Yeah.
it? Because there's a is he watching like the WB cut or the original cut or I
I
don't know.
I don't know, but I think of course he does watch it in English, but still, I still remember his words. Like he was all like, once you watch Dragon Ball, you'll become a smartass like me. And I'm like thinking, I don't want to become a smartass like
I
you. I want to become a smartass like me.
you'll learn grammar. We'll sit here and we'll watch Dragon Ball and we'll watch Majin Buu. Majin Buu's gonna teach you how to talk correctly. It's like what English are you learning from this? Because I'm watching and being sitting here and watching Majin Buu like Boo want candy now, and it's like I don't think that's like teaching me grammar. I mean, maybe some of the other characters, but I don't know. There's a lot of screaming. I
Yeah.
mean, that's a good show, but I don't know. I don't know if I watched that one for grammar.
Yeah. So that's why now it's like I can never watch Dragon Ball without, him sneaking into my head and being like, "Yes, do it. Become a smartass like me." And I'm like, "Shut the fuck up."
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, so with me, I started watching Fruits Basket, and I know you haven't seen it, but I can tell you what it's about.
Oh, what was it about?
Okay, you know how in the US we have our own zodiacs and everything?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, so do the Chinese. If all of them in Asia, like China, Japan, they even have each their own zodiac, but different. It's according to the year. So what it's about is that when each character is hugged or when they're hugged by the opposite sex or they are feeling weak, then they transform into their zodiac animals.
Oh,
Yeah. So like let's say for example, like I already looked up on my year. I'm year of the dog. So let's say for example, if my boyfriend came over and he hugged me, then all of a sudden the minute he hugs me, I'm turned into a dog.
damn.
Yeah. It's part of their zodiac curse. But it's a really good anime show, but it'll leave you laughing, it'll make you cry, it'll make you laugh, pretty much everything.
Yeah, it sounds interesting.
Oh yeah, it's my favorite so far, and
Oh, nice.
yeah, it's my favorite anime to be honest with you. But I am trying to watch more anime shows here and there. Like there was one I watched where oh man, what was it called? Oh yeah, Reborn as a vending machine.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's actually really funny. And I did see the Ancient Magnus Bride. That one, it was good, but I don't know. When it came to some of the episodes, I didn't like it because of how gruesome it was. And then when it came to season two, it just didn't make sense to me. I kept thinking it should have just ended in season one.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if you've seen that one either.
The I don't even know how to pronounce that. Ancient Magnus, you said?
The Ancient Magnus Bride.
Oh, I've never even heard of that one.
Yeah, it's interesting, but yeah, it's not really my favorite, but it was still good to watch overall.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
I've seen a few anime shows. I've seen quite a bit in some movies.
uh, which ones have you seen that you liked?
Well, my favorite anime show of all time is probably an odd one because it kind of got cut off. Like it kind of ends on a cliffhanger, but I still like it. Was Dead Man Wonderland.
Dead
Um,
Man Wonderland?
yeah, so there's this kid named Ganta, and he's like in class and shit, and then this big red dude comes and blasts and kills everybody in the classroom, and he gets blamed for it. But he's also the guy puts a thing on his chest, and he's taken to this prison, and it's pretty much it's I think it's called Dead Man Wonderland or something, and it's like this fucked up prison where they make them do like competitions to like survive, and I think they film it and stuff. But he finds out he's a dead man now because this person gave, so he has a power to do things with his blood. And there's other dead man in the prison, and things kind of escalate from there.
Oh my gosh, that's something I would have to watch. Yeah, I'm reading the description of it right now. Gan, what? How do you pronounce this thing? Ganta or
I think it's like Ganta, yeah.
yeah, Ganta is convicted of a crime he didn't commit. He's locked up in Dead Man Wonderland, where prisoners are forced to fight gladiatorial battles for tourists. Oh my god.
Yeah, there's some characters I really like in that one, like Crow. Crow's a great character. Toto. Um, I forget her name. Something with an S, but she's great.
Senju?
She, Senji's crow. I forget her name. I think it starts with an S. I don't know. She's like pale white.
Uh, I'm looking through the episodes. Scarching.
It probably she's like she's a great character.
Okay, yeah, I'll save this on my Crunchyroll account. I don't really own it. A friend of mine owns it, but she still added me to her account. That way I can watch some animes. And yeah, every now and then I'll ask some friends like, okay, I'm trying to get into anime, so just tell me what anime you recommend me watching, and I'll try watching it.
Yeah, I can probably recommend you a couple, although anime's pretty long. What do you want more, like a comedy, or do you want more like horror or action or like?
Doesn't matter to me. Like I can go with pretty much anything, but I think the only uh I think the only anime I actually didn't really care for much. Damn, I forgot what it was called exactly. But there was a certain one that I watched, and you know, for me, it was too girly for my taste, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I'm just like, I don't like where this is going. Like, these characters they're sounding way too girly. What's wrong with them? I forgot what it was called though.
Right.
So yeah, you can suggest anything to me, and I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna look it up, and then I'm gonna save it. That way I can watch it.
Well, have you seen Death Note?
Death Note? No, I think I've heard of it though.
Oh, that Death Note's like one of the best animes. Like Death Note is great. Essentially, there's like these death gods called Shiganamis, and one of them, Ryuk, he gets bored and he drops something called a Death Note into the human world. And this high school student finds it named L. And L decides that he's gonna save the world and be a god and starts writing people's names into the Death Note.
Oh my god.
And or his name's Light. My bad. His name's Light. L is the detective that's trying to find out who's killing these people, and it just turns into this whole big thing, and other characters get involved. And Ryuk's amazing, and he eats apples, and we love him. It is great.
Oh wow. Yeah, I gotta find that. I'm trying to find it on Crunchyroll, and I'm not finding it anywhere. But
So
yeah.
yeah, if you can find it, I would recommend it. It is like top tier stuff. It's really good. I think you would enjoy it. It's interesting.
Well, I found it under my Roku search, but let's see here. Oh, I can watch it on Amazon Prime? What?
Yeah, they made a Netflix movie. It was terrible, but I find it funny because the show is great, but the movie misunderstands the show, but it's kind of funny how they do it. I don't know. I kind of enjoy it for how bad it is. The movie.
It's like watching a bad movie. You're like, wow, this movie's awful. I want to watch it again.
It's like they totally missed the point, but it's hilarious. At least it's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, sometimes that's all we need. Sometimes we just need like a good laugh, and yeah,
Yeah.
once we find that one movie that kind of fits that, then we're like, okay, as much as it's terrible and everything, I'm still watching it because it's hilarious.
Yeah, but yeah, that's definitely an anime I would recommend. And maybe for movies, have you seen Spirited Away?
Spirited Away, I've heard of it, but haven't seen it.
Oh shit, that's a classic. I think you might like that one. It's like Alice in Wonderland, but like Japanese
Oh,
and
nice.
crazy and like darker. It's yeah. Spirited Away is like it's hard to go wrong with that one. That's Studio Ghibli. Most of their movies are good. They do have some bad movies, but most of the Studio Ghibli is like usually people are gonna like it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I do see that it's like you can watch it on Plex and Prime Video. The only problem is that I don't have the money to like rent it out right now, so I'm like,
Oh
okay,
yeah.
I might have to use my I have a thing on my phone called Web Video Caster where you can like look up on any movie that you can watch for free and then cast it to your TV. So I
Mhm.
have that, so I know I can always, do that and watch it. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'll definitely give that one a try.
I mean, take your time with the stuff, and if you don't like it, you don't like it. But I thought I'd throw some recommendations.
Oh no, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, there was one I also watched. I don't know if you've seen it called Kiki's Delivery Service.
Oh, I love that one. That's one of my. That's Studio Ghibli. That's Studio Ghibli. That's my second favorite. Behind Spirited Away, but it's number
Yeah,
two.
I remember when I was a kid, we had a certain movie on VHS, and it always showed Kiki's Delivery Service trailer. And when every time the song started playing in the trailer, I was like, wow, this movie it looks so good, and I kept thinking, I want to watch it one day. And then
Gonna fly.
someone someone told me like it looks stupid. I'm thinking, I don't care if you think it looks stupid. I think it looks amazing. I want to watch it.
It's good. It's like slice of life. I will say the American version kind of ruins the ending because I wish we had a mix of the Japanese version where it had the same ending as the Japanese version, but maybe with the American wording. That would be cool, but they kind of, I don't know, the dub kind of ruined the ending of the American version. But I still love the
Oh,
song, and the dub's okay. Like it's the one I
oh,
grew up on.
oh! Did you watch it with like English subtitles only?
Well, I grew up with the American dub, but then I went and watched the Japanese version, and like I did find out the American version kind of fucked up the ending that the Japanese version was going for with the themes and stuff, which sucks,
Oh,
but
yeah. I've only
it's
seen the
still a good
movie.
movie.
Yeah, I've
Like,
seen the movie once, but I forgot what the ending. I forgot how it ended.
well, there's something very. So, in the ending of the American version, the cat talks. And like in the Japanese version, at the end, the cat's supposed to stop talking, which symbolizes her growing up. Like she's like mature now, so the cat stops talking. But in the American version, they got Phil Hartman in there, so they're like, Phil Hartman's gonna say a funny thing at the end of the movie, and it's like, no, that's the whole point is the cat stops talking because she's mature now. She doesn't need the cat to talk anymore. It's the whole point of the fucking movie. God damn it, Phil Hartman. I mean, rest in peace, but Jesus.
No, I get where you're coming from, but damn.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, that
I
was.
It's been a while since I've seen the movie, so I gotta watch it again.
Yeah, I like both versions. They're both really good, but I'm like, man, if we could just mix these two, because I love the song that they did in the American version. The Gonna Fly Higher. Like, that's a great song.
Yeah, I when I was a kid and every time that song came on in the trailer, I was so obsessed over it. I feel like I wanted to just rewind the VHS tape and just play it again.
Right.
Yeah, that's how much I liked it. And of course my sister, she was more into the whole Disney theme, while with me I was more into like Disney slash, the whole anime thing because even when I was a kid, one my actually very first anime that I watched was a Bible series called Superbook that came out like somewhere I think in the 80s or 90s. And
Hmm.
you know, um, the only one I had on VHS was the story of Noah, and I grew up watching that, and then it wasn't until years later that I started thinking about it, and I thought, like, wait, wasn't there one anime show I used to watch as a kid? What was it even called? And then I actually
Hmm.
remembered, oh yeah, it was called Superbook, and then I looked it up on YouTube, and it showed that I could watch it on there for free, and that someone had made a whole playlist out of that series, and I was like, "This is cool. Okay, I need to watch them." So yeah, I watch them every now and then.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I kind of also grew up with Pokemon, but at the same time,
Hmm.
I don't know which Pokemon series it was because I know now that there's a lot of different Pokemon series.
Yeah, I grew up with Pokemon as well. A lot of different. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there's like Indigo, and then there's the other one, and then there's the other one, and then there's the one with Piplup in it, and Dawn, and there's a lot of them.
Yeah, and I keep thinking like I do want to watch it again, but the only problem is that I don't know which one we were watching. Like I really don't. I wish I knew, but I have no clue
You
which
you
one it
could
was.
start from the beginning, but there would be a lot of episodes, and there's some movies.
Yeah, I'm seeing that now. Like, I see a lot of Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Wait, what?
Oh yeah, that's a newer movie where Pikachu's played by Ryan Reynolds.
Oh my god.
I've not seen it, but it's a thing that exists.
Why am I not picturing Ryan Reynolds being like Pikachu?
And no, it is not Ryan Reynolds in a Pikachu suit, which it should have been. Um, that would have been hilarious.
Oh my god, that would have been so funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wow. Um, I I am looking it up, but honestly, I don't know which one I was growing up with. I really don't. Um, like you said, I might have to start at the beginning, but I'm thinking it might have to be. I would just say the Indigo one because yeah, there was a
Yeah,
lot.
that's the first one.
Yeah, I think that was the one that we were watching because I do remember the boy with the hat and him always throwing that ball. And he
Mhm.
was like, Pikachu, I choose you. And
Yeah.
I just remember every time he would say that, I always got so excited and I kept thinking, I want to see Pikachu, I want to see Pikachu. And then when I was finally see him or her, all of a sudden I got super excited every time Pikachu was ready to attack, being like Pikachu, and I was like, yes, yes, fight, fight, fight. And I remember being so excited. And it wasn't until like some other shit happened in my life that all of a sudden we stopped watching it for some reason. I don't know why. And
Hmm.
but as the years grew by, I kept thinking, what was that one anime show called? Was it a Pokemon? And then I thought, I want to watch it again. So yeah, I really do though. I really do want to watch it again. Just like travel back in time to my childhood, being like a little
Hmm.
kid again.
Oh yeah, Pokemon's fun. I
Yeah.
remember that in like Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't really remember much about Yu-Gi-Oh! I only remember Pokemon, but not really much on Yu-Gi-Oh!
Right.
Like, I don't even know what it's about, to be honest with you.
Oh, it's like a card game, and there's like monsters come out of the cards and stuff, and Yu-Gi-Oh! There's this kid named Yugi, and they play the game, but he also has like a god inside of him. I forget, but it's a whole thing, and yeah, they play cards, and the monsters come out of the cards. It's pretty cool.
Oh, wow. It does sound cool, but yeah, I think that would explain it because yeah, we never watched Yu-Gi-Oh, and I think it was because at that time we were raised as a Christian family, so to us it was like, like, oh, dragons are like, part of the devil, they're demonic and whatever crap. So
Hmm.
I think that's why I never watched it when I was a kid. But being now that I'm a grown ass adult now, I'm like, well, I can watch it now and I can still
Yeah.
give out my own opinion, being like, oh yeah, it's a good show, or no, I don't really care for it. Like it wouldn't matter which one.
Hmm.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
would like to see that.
Yeah, because I always like those shows where they like because Pokemon's kind of the same thing. They do the battles, so it's kind of a game. I always like those shows where they mix the game and monster stuff. Like Digimon wasn't really a game, but Digimon kind of played with that. Bakugan, Chaotic. I always like those type of shows.
Yeah, I always like the type of shows where it's like you got some drama in there, you got some action, you got some I think I already said humor, but yeah, you get, a bit of romance in there too. So yeah,
Hmm.
I was like more of a combination. Like there was one that I watched, I think it was called the Host Club or something like that. And, at the same time, the main character, I forgot what his name was, but he's the one with the blonde hair. And he kind of acts like not really much of a drama queen, or yeah, like a bit of a drama queen, but he also acts like so much like a child too, because there was a episode where he's jumping all over the place, hugging some guy, and he's just like jumping in the air, cheering, and I'm just like thinking, who is this guy?
Hmm. Yeah, that he's doing a lot.
Yeah, like I don't know if you've seen that one though.
What's it called?
The I don't want to say the name wrong. The Uran High School Host Club.
No.
Okay, yeah, that one. It was like it is a good show, but it like the main character, he's just like he can be dramatic, but he's also like like what I said, like he can be very childlike, and you're like, wait, who is this guy?
Yeah, a lot of anime characters are like that. Like Goku and Dragon Ball's like that. Some of the characters in Soul Eater are kind of like that. Yeah, they do that trope a lot.
Yeah. Oh, now I know which one it was that was too girly for my taste. It's called I'm in Love with the Villainess. And at first I thought like, oh yeah, it's gonna be like one of those good LGBTQ shows, you know?
Hmm.
But then I think the characters were sounding really girly and everything. I'm like, what is this? I don't think so. And I was like being so freaked out over it. I was like, hell no, 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 no. This show is not for me. But I still continued watching it because I thought it was gonna get better. But at some point, like for me, it was getting worse for me because they ended up being even more girly, and I'm like, no, put a stop to this now. You're torturing me.
Yeah, one of the weird things anime has going on is there'll be quite a few times where they'll just throw weird sex shit in there. And I'm kind of used to it, but I don't know. It does get a little awkward at times sometimes, depending on the anime.
Yeah, like I think there was another one that my friend suggested. She is called "Don't Toy with Me, Miss Nagatoro," and when I watched that, I was like, huh, okay, I'm curious, what is this about? But the girl is like way too girly, but she's also way too out there with this guy, and like she she teases him a lot, and even though he's into her, you know, she kind of freaks him out.
Hmm.
So I'm just like, even though with that part it's funny, at the same time, again, it's not like, it's not one of my favorite animes to watch because it's like she's a little bit too girly, but she's also highly seductive towards him.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why. But yeah, my friend suggested a whole lot of them, so I can send you those screenshots when I can. Cause
Oh
yeah,
yeah. Okay.
yeah, I did watch some of them, and a lot of them she suggested they are good, but there are just some I just don't really care for.
Hmm. I get that. I mean, like anything, it can, things can be hit or miss. And anime's got a lot of weird tropes that you kind of got to get used to. Because one I really like is Soul Eater, and that's a dope anime, but that has a lot of weird sex shit in it. It is very weird. Like I can handle it, and it's fine, but sometimes it gets a bit uncomfortable, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what we're doing, guys. What are we doing?
Oh my god. Okay,
But
wait,
it does
what?
lead to some funny like lines, though.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, because they're so it's like so these people work for Deaf Academy, and there's the fighter and the weapon, and they each have a weapon, and the weapon's like a person too, but they're not a person, but they're alive. It's a whole thing. But they go out and they find like evil souls, and they like kill them, and the weapon eats them to get stronger, and they're trying to get a certain amount of souls to power up. And so they're pretty much killing these demons for death. And there's a bunch of different characters. There's like Maka and Soul. And Maka's like this wielder whose father was like a weapon, and her mother was human, I'm pretty sure. And her weapon Soul is this guy who really wants to be cool and shit. You have Black Star, who's a ninja who can't stop yelling that he is the strongest and talks about sneaking up on people, but then yells at the top of the lungs that he's going to attack them. And I forget his weapon's name, but she's like really calm, and she kind of balances him out because she's calm and quiet, and he's over here like I am the best, ah, bah, 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 and like he's like crazy. And then you have Death's son, Death the Kid, and he's got two weapons. But the problem with him is he's like everything must be symmetrical. And then there's one part where it gets a little sexual, but it's funny because his weapons are two girls who like turn into guns. And he's sitting there and he's like, "Your boobs are not symmetrical," and I think they slap him or something.
That's funny. Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's so funny.
It's a crazy, and there's a bunch of other characters too. It's a crazy ass show. I do enjoy that one. I thought it was very unique, and it had horror, but action, mystery, drama. Some episodes are serious. Some episodes are sad. Some episodes are funny.
Oh, sounds
And
like my kind of show. What's it called again?
Soul Eater. I will tell you, there's a lot of weird section in there, but if you get past that, it is a good show. But there is like, I don't know, there is this like Catwoman witch who will take a bath, and you won't see her naked, but she'll be like naked, and the boys will like walk in and their noses will bleed and they'll pass out. That is a thing. But I don't feel like it goes too far with it.
No, I mean, yeah, it sounds like a really good show. Wow.
Yeah,
But
Soul Eater is pretty dope.
wait, is it an old show? It looks like an old anime show.
Yeah, I think it's like 90s, early 2000s. It went on for a while. I think it did finally end, though. It is over, and I think they did a new series.
Oh,
But
okay.
but it does have a shit ton of episodes, but it's especially the original is really good. Especially Excalibur is great. When Excalibur, he's not in the show much, but when Excalibur shows up, it is awesome.
Oh, cool. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's something I would be very interested in watching because yeah, I like shows like that, because that actually reminds me of Fruits Basket because it's like, you get some episodes that will make you laugh, some will make you cry. You get mad at certain characters, and just
Mhm.
like there's a lot of things here and there, like one character that's my absolute favorite. His name is Yuki. He has this brother named Ayame, and his brother is like very is like, I think, how do you say it? Like, I think high strong or something. Like he's like kind of like way over the top where he's like, Yuki, I'm so happy to see you. And when it comes to serious conversations, then also he's like, yes, yes, I understand, yes. Like he'll be very calm, and then he'll go, but anyway, I think you look marvelous in this. And it's like, when did you go from being super calm to all of a sudden to where you are now?
Yeah.
Yeah, like in one episode, he tells a character that he wants him to be 2,000 times happier than his ex. And he goes, the other character goes, okay, why 2,000? And he says, 1,000 is too little. And I'm like, well, that's classic for you. But yeah, when it comes to the show, you get the two main characters who always fight with each other. They're always saying like, they're gonna hate each other until the day they die and all that shit. And you're just like, okay, what else am I gonna see here?
Oh yeah, that's a common trope of the rivals that hate each other.
Yeah. With just a small spoiler alert for you. When it comes to Yuki, he's the rat, and there's a character named Kyo, and he's the cat. So
Oh.
they call each other like stupid rat or you darn cat, something like that. And now I'm rhyming like Dr. Seuss. and but it's still pretty funny because whenever they're like fighting against each other whenever they're like doing karate with each other, like fighting, or they're just arguing. You're just like, this is hilarious. But yeah, you get some episodes where it gets serious, it gets sad, and there's that one or two characters that you absolutely hate, and you're like, I want to punch the shit out of them because I hate them so much.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of backstories to each character, and yeah, it even though it gets very dramatic and sad, at the same time you're like, well, at least we know their backstory and we know the real meaning behind why they are how they are today. Because it's like of what they went through.
Hmm.
So yeah, I like shows like that. So you can
Yeah.
suggest anyone to me. I will watch it. I think there are some that my friend suggested that I didn't even watch yet, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but I just haven't gotten to it yet. Like she even suggested, you might know this one, um, Inu Yasha.
Oh, I've seen a little bit of that.
Okay, yeah, I don't entirely know what it's about, but I see a man with white hair and cat ears.
Yes.
Okay.
I've seen a little bit of it. I'm not too familiar with it. I I don't really remember what it's about. I just know that the cat man is in it. He does things. Um, or is he a fox? He might be a fox. I don't know. He is something. I know
Yeah.
he has ears. He has
Yeah,
ears.
yeah, it's like that's the only thing we do know, but it's like we don't know too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but there were some others I did watch. Like I watched The Duke of Death and His Maid. Now that one it was okay for me. Like I didn't like the song on there in the intro, but like it kind of took long. Like it took them long enough to actually figure out how to break his own curse and everything. And I'm just like, this could have gone easy in so many ways. But did you do it the easy way? No, you did it the hard way. Why? Who knows?
Wait a minute. Have you heard of ghost stories?
Ghost stories?
It's an anime. So here's the thing. The the original version of Ghost Story, the Japanese one, is a very serious. It's like a, I think it has like humor in it, but it's like a serious kind of ghost hunting show. Then the Americans got a hold of it, and apparently they just told the cast to say whatever they want, and it is some of the most bizarre, just not just crazy shit. Like, I don't know. Like, the American dub of Ghost Stories is legendary. It is
Oh,
just like, I don't know. There are lines in there like "run like a big black man is chasing you," just crazy shit, crazy, crazy ass shit. And there's like this character that's obsessed with Jesus, and they find a picture of this woman's dead mom, and she's like, she looks like a lesbian. She probably went to hell because that's where the lesbians go, and or something like that. It's like, holy shit.
what the hell?
They just say whatever they want. It is amazing. It is some of the craziest dialogue. I don't
Yes,
know.
it sounds like it. My God, like you hear all these things, you're like, okay, how they come up with these things? It's not that I hate it. I actually love it, but still, how they come up with it?
Yeah, it's funny and how just off the wall it is.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That's a
That's
good
cool.
one. And I mean, Cowboy Bebop's another. That's a good one. You probably heard of that one.
Which one?
Cowboy Bebop.
I have not actually.
It's like they're like space mercenaries, and they travel around, and it's like they're kind of like Spike's kind of an anti-hero, and him and his crew go around and they do missions and stuff. And then Ed is amazing. I
So
love
it's called.
Ed.
That's crazy. Okay, it's called the Cowboy. What?
Cowboy Bebop.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna be fun to search. I'm searching for it right now.
Yeah, it's like more of a sci-fi type, kind of like Firefly, but different. But it's got Western elements to it as well.
Oh wow. Yeah, if I think if my stepdad knew that and he heard it was like some type of Western theme, I think he probably would have tried watching it, but at the same time, he wasn't really the cartoon kind of guy. He was all about like the live action kind of guy.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. I miss my stepdad. You know, it's sad he passed away in 2020.
Oh, rest in peace.
Thanks. Let's see here. Yeah. Oops. What am I doing? Um, yeah, I'll try to send you that screenshot on the Uran Host High School Club. I know I said that wrong, but I don't care right now.
Hmm.
But yeah, the one of the main characters on there, he's like super hyper all the time, and you're like, man, does he ever calm down? And but what the show is about like these kids who are in this high school academy or whatever, but
Hmm.
they run this host club because they're rich. And then this girl comes along, you know, but she dresses like a dude, and they can hardly tell that she's a girl. So you know, she breaks something, and in order for her to pay them back, she has to join their host club, you know, and you know, attract some girls, you know, and everything, which kind of makes you think like, okay, she's probably like gender fluid or something, right? No, she's all girl, but she has like very short hair, and like she has like a pixie cut hair, and you know,
Hmm.
she, she's all dressed up like all tomboyish, but you know, she doesn't really care. She's like, I don't really care if people confuse me as a girl or a boy. If they confuse me
Yeah.
as a boy, I don't really care. You know, I'm comfortable with however I'm dressed. And they're like, no, you gotta dress up in dresses. You're a girl.
Yeah. Japan does stuff like that a lot. Um, they do interesting things like that,
Yeah.
or
So
the crazy thing they do is they'll take this character and make them look like a child and be like they're like 40 years old or they're 500, so they're gonna flirt with adults but they look like a child, and it's like, god damn it, Japan. I mean, I get it, you can do that sometimes, but Jesus Christ, Japan does it a lot more than they have problems over there they need to work out.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I you know, I started liking anime shows since I think it was either last year or 2 years ago, and that's when I started watching Fruits Basket, and yeah, I was like, man, I really really love it, and I thought I hope there's more like this, and you know, it's like even though I know there is, it's like I still want to watch some more anime shows just to see which ones I like best and everything. Because yeah, there's a lot that I've already watched so far, and I
Hmm.
do like some of them, but only two are like too girly for my taste.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm not into the whole like girly thing where they like oh man, how do you put it? Like, like if a guy just like gives you an innocent hug, then they're like, oh my god, did you see that? He hugged me! I can't believe he hugged me! I'm like, get a grip. It was a hug.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens a lot in anime. They definitely play it up.
Yeah, like I really don't get it. I think that's also why I'm like Fruits Club, like not Fruits Club. I'm getting myself all confused now. Fruits Basket because there's the main character Toru. She's not really all girly, but she does talk in a high pitched voice. So sometimes you know, she'll be like, "Oh no, Kira, are you okay?" And I'm like thinking, "Okay,
Hmm.
Toru, calm down. He's
Tone,
okay. You see
tone it
that
down a
now."
bit.
Yeah. And, but you get this other chick who is like all tomboyish and she'll be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna hit my enemies with this pipe. And then you get this other girl who dresses in all black. Many people believe that she's a witch, but she'll be like, I'm gonna send my evil waves, so be nice. And then the other girls start freaking out.
Jesus.
Yeah. So I think that's why I like Fruits Basket a little bit more because you get three characters that are not so girly, but then you get other girly characters. Like I think you get like maybe a few girly characters, but not a whole lot. They freak out most of the time, and most of them are just like getting all girly over Yuki because he's like the school prince or whatever. And there's one girl that's like, oh, you, Chan, I'm waiting for you in the office, and I'm like, why do you have to
Jesus.
talk like that?
What are you doing?
Yeah,
Stop it.
yeah. She'll be like, yeah, like I forgot what her character's name was, but she was all like I'll be waiting for you, Chan, and I'm like, do you have to talk like that? That's torture.
Yeah, I like some characters like that, but other characters like that, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, you should try watching Fruits Basket. It's a really good anime show. I honestly think you'll like it because it has a lot of like humor in it. It has a lot of drama. It has a lot of
Hmm.
sad episodes, and you get those characters you love, some characters you hate, and just some that you like but they're not your favorite. But still, it's like it's one of those that you can just watch over and over, like how I am.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds interesting enough. I gotta get back into anime. It's been a while. Catch up on some stuff.
Oh, has it been a while for you since you've watched anime?
Well, I watch stuff here and there, but like shows, I haven't watched in a while because I used to like growing up. I got into anime for a bit, like Pokemon, Dragon Ball, Fairy Tale. Like I said earlier, Death Note, Black Lagoon. I watched like a bunch of animes. The Devil is a part timer. Yeah, it's just been a while since I really like watched any current. I'll see like episodes here and there, but I haven't really watched a series in a while of like anime.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, with me, it's just it's all new to me still, even though it's been like, a year and a half since I've gone into, anime and everything, but still to me is still all new to me. So it's like I'm still trying to get used to things here and there and like even when it comes to anime, they show the Asian culture and I really like that because I'm like, hey, at least I know how to use chopsticks or I know what to do if I ever visit Japan. Like, like if you're invited to someone's house, don't walk with your shoes inside the house. You gotta take them off and everything. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's like when I watch more anime and I see what's going on and all that, then I'm like, okay, I'm learning more about anime, but I'm also learning more about the Asian culture, and I actually like that.
Yeah. No, it is interesting seeing the cultural difference and stuff.
Yeah, because in America, like sure you get some people who have house rules like, hey, no shoes inside the house. You gotta take off your shoes by the door, put them on the shoe rack, but walk around either in barefoot or with your shoes on. And then in some houses you're just like, oh yeah, you can walk around in your shoes, whatever. We don't really care. And like, that's just how it is. But with like the Asian culture, it's like they're all about well respect in their own household, being like you gotta take off your shoes by the door, and
Hmm.
you can walk with your socks on and barefoot, but you know if you're gonna walk around the house, make sure you also have house slippers.
Hmm.
And yeah, I kept thinking like, hey, that's probably how I want to live in my own house, like kind of like Asian culture style, being like, hey, no walking inside with your shoes on. Make sure you take them off and leave them by the front door. Like, I don't know, I'm thinking about it, but yeah, I actually like the Asian culture. It's very interesting.
Yeah, there's some there is some interesting cultural differences for sure.
Oh yeah, which kind of reminds me, like, when was their Chinese New Year?
I have no idea.
Hmm.
It happened at some point. I know that. I know it
I'm
happened at some time.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up right now. Oh, it was February 6th.
Hmm.
And we missed it? Okay, what was this year? Like, what is this year of? It doesn't even show. Oh my god. You torture me. How dare you? Oh, it's Year of the Horse.
Oh,
Well, actually, it says Fire Horse, but still.
fire horse.
Yeah, that's what it's saying. But yeah, I think it's actually Year of the Horse, but yeah, yeah, I'm right. It's Year of the Horse. So we are in Year of the Horse. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what year were you born?
98.
98. Okay. You are Year of the Tiger.
Oh.
Yep. It's it says here that tigers possess complex individual personalities, often described as confident, daring, and in studies of Siberian tigers categorized by majesty or steadiness, loving, and obedient. They are solitarily territorial and highly intelligent predators. Those born in the Chinese zodiac year of the tiger are considered bold, authoritative, and natural leaders.
I think they fucked up. I think they got it wrong.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. I am not a leader. We will all die. It'll be like Colonel Mustard ship. We will all die. Horrible, terrible deaths.
I don't know. I think if you learn more with leadership, I think you'll be a good leader.
Well, I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Yeah. However, I think, let's see, my sister, you already know who my sister is.
Yeah,
She is year of the goat or sheep or ram.
she got a better one. She got goats.
Yeah.
I ain't get any goats. Fuck you, China. No offense, China. I'm just kidding. Don't do anything.
Yeah, don't do anything to him. He's just upset because he doesn't think that he can be a leader. Okay, so don't take it personally,
Yeah, I
China.
know I can't be a leader. Not think. No. We will all die.
With me,
I,
I'm just like I'm not sure if I would be a leader because um whenever I'm at work, like yeah, I can see myself one day be manager, and maybe
and
one day I can see myself running my own business with my boyfriend. But other than that, it's like, was I born to lead a country? Maybe not. Once I look at
oh
a
fuck
huge crowd,
that.
I'm like, no, I have stage fright. Get me the fuck out of here. So I would be running for my life, being
Yeah,
like,
I'm
I'd
not
rather
leading a
be in my own
country.
business.
Nope.
Yeah, it's like I rather not be a like a leader. I rather just like run my own business, hide in the shadows, and being like who owns this business? Oh, well, I don't really know who owns it, but they make really good coffee.
Secret business.
Yeah, yeah, like a secret business. So, yeah, it's like I rather hide in the shadows. That way nobody discovers who I am. Kind of like this account. Like, it's my supernatural account, but nobody really knows who I am. Except
Mm-hmm.
for you, my sister, of course, and those other YouTubers.
Mm-hmm.
Like they know who I am, but nobody else in the audience knows who I am. So
Yeah.
yeah, and then same thing in my TikTok account. Like I haven't posted supernatural videos there in a while, but it's like when I do, they don't really know who I really am. They just know that, oh yeah, it's this Madison Winchester chick, but we don't really know what her real name is.
Yeah.
So I like being a mystery sometimes. I'm just like, yeah, being in the
Yeah.
shadows. You don't know who I am. Mwahaha.
Secret agent woman.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I like looking at it right now.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
ever heard
kind of.
that song, Secret Agent Man?
I've heard of it. Yeah, I mean, I've heard only a little bit of it because of Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good song. Although I used to think it was Secret Asian Man, which is that's not what the song is.
Oh, trust me, I've heard worse. I've heard worse, and even with me, I have my own misheard lyrics too. Like
Mm-hmm.
with the song "Living on a Prayer," um, he says in the song, "It doesn't make a difference if we make it or not." But
Mm-hmm.
I always thought he was saying, "It doesn't make a difference if we're naked or not."
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and I'm like thinking, wait, is that what he's really saying?
Doesn't make a difference if we're naked or not. We got each. Oh Jesus, that changes the whole song completely.
Yeah. So when you kind of put that song together with Naked, it kind of sounds like a sexual song, and you're like, no, that's not how I was planning on it to go.
Yeah, we're halfway there, living on a prayer.
Oh God. Yeah, that makes a whole complete different turn. And
Yeah.
there was, I think, one guy who I gotta send you a video of his, but he, when he was doing this whole video about dirty Disney songs, I'll I'll get to that in a minute. When he was like, you know, like letting you pay close attention to what they were saying in the song. There's one part of a song in the Jungle Book. I think it was what the Bare Necessity song where
Hmm.
Baloo, he says, I couldn't be found up my big home. But the guy thought he said, I couldn't be found up my big hole.
Jesus.
And, he was like, up my big hole? What is that? And I'm like thinking, I don't think that's what Baloo is saying. I think he's saying up my big home because bears live in a cave, like it's a big home.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not saying hole, he's saying home.
Look for the bare necessities.
Yeah. So there's a lot of like misheard songs, but I've even told my sister this before that ever since I was a kid, every time I'll listen to a song, a certain movie scene pops into my head. Like
Hmm.
have you heard of the song called This Love by Maroon 5?
Maybe. I've heard a few of their songs. I know
Yeah.
Payphone.
Okay, yeah. I don't know that song, but with this love, for some reason, it makes me think about it makes me think about Scar in The Lion King singing Be Prepared. I don't know why that is, but ever since I was a kid, it always just like kind of synced in my head, and I'm like, oh yeah, it goes well with him. It really does.
Be prepared.
Yeah, I don't know why. Even there's a certain song called "Disappear" by oh, I don't want to say it wrong, but I think it's Yenix, but the initials are INXS, and yeah, with the song "Disappear," it makes me think of Real Genius when they're doing the whole laser theme. I don't know if you've seen
Hmm.
the movie.
I don't think I've seen Real Genius.
Oh, you gotta see it. It's a good movie, but yeah, with that song, it always makes me think of Real Genius for some reason, and I'm like I don't know what happens to my mind when it goes there, but it always has been since I was a kid. So it's like you could turn on any song, and if you were to ask me, hey, what does this song make you think of? Then I might mention a movie title, you know, I might say, this movie in this scene, and you're gonna be like, how does it make you think of that? I'll be like, I don't know. It just does.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes your mind will make odd connections for sure.
Yeah, yeah, it really does. And but with my sister, she would always look at me and she'll be like, how does that happen? And I'll be like, I honestly have no idea. And my our mom said once that there's a certain song that makes her think of Snoopy.
Oh,
I just forgot what song it was. Um I think it's Sleigh Ride by Leroy something. Um but yeah, it's the instrumental part of Sleigh Ride.
right. I see what I get what you're saying.
Yeah, to my mom, it makes her think of Snoopy. And I was like, funny. It makes me think of Mary Poppins, where they're in that painting and they're with the penguins doing that penguin dance.
Hmm. Yeah, but I get what you're saying because sometimes when I'll hear a song, I'll think of a movie or something, and I've kind of done that my whole life. That's why I kind of do the music videos, putting the music with the movies and stuff.
Wait, you've done that?
Oh yeah, I've done quite a few.
Wait, is it on your YouTube?
Yeah,
Oh, I gotta look it up after this.
yeah. I got a playlist of every
Oh,
one that wasn't blocked. Well, my ones when I started doing it properly, because I kind of been doing that since I've been a kid, but. Yeah, and some of them aren't great, but I like doing them.
yeah, I can see why. Hey, will you stop it? YouTube is reminding me for some reason that my it says your bedtime reminders are on. You have about 8 hours left until 6 a.m.
Oh shit.
I'm like, you don't need to remind me. Like, you really don't. I'm okay. I know how to tell time.
Yeah,
Like if I know how to tell time, you don't need to tell me, how much time I have left until I do this or do that. I'm a big girl. I can take care of myself.
you got this.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to.
I don't want to keep you up all night though. If you need to get ready for work.
Yeah, that I do know. I do work tomorrow at 9 a.m. So I'll have to get up like around 7 ish so I can get ready for
Hmm.
work.
Yeah.
I'm looking at your uh, YouTube account though right now. Is it the fan made music videos playlist?
Yeah. That has a bunch of them in there.
Okay. Any others?
There's probably some old ones, but those are the ones I think that came out the best are in the playlist. Because
Okay.
I was doing this before it was recording too. Because I had this animated Treasure Island movie, and I matched it up with a song when I was a kid. So I kind of doing that for a while.
Oh, that's cool, dude. Wow.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I'll definitely take a look at those, but yeah, yeah, I just, I'm glad we can relate to that whole thing cuz yeah, I always thought I was alone in that. And I even did a thing recently in my other TikTok account cuz I do have my personal TikTok account. I'm not gonna give out my name, of course, but in that one, I put I put something on there that's related to Young Frankenstein. So the
Hmm.
song "Putting on the Ritz."
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Well, there was a time where me and my other sister we were on a road trip, and the song "Putting on the Ritz" by I think Fred Allister it came on her Spotify, and we couldn't help it. We just kept having Young Frankenstein in our head, so we'd be like, "Right!" So yeah, we just kept doing that because it was like going in our heads, and I was just like, okay, because of that, I can't help it. I gotta do this, and of course, in my Madison Winchester account, I kept think there was a time where I kept thinking like, wouldn't it be funny if some of Johnny Depp's characters met and
Hmm.
they all reacted to a certain thing of Johnny Depp, and so I kind of collided with that where like it's like Sweeney Todd meets Captain Jack Sparrow, who also meets Ichabod Crane. So I collided it together where, first it gets me tossed seeing like we all deserve to die. Even you, Mrs. Lovett, even
Even
I.
I.
And then you get Johnny Depp screaming going, ah, and then Ichabod Crane faints. So I created that because I kept thinking it would be so hilarious if some of his characters actually met and if they saw how his character is in certain movies, they would be like they're like either confused or they'd be scared to where like Ichabod Crane ends up fainting or Captain Jack Sparrow ends up running away, being like, "No, get away from me!"
Yeah, that would be funny.
Yeah, so I made only one video showing that, but I never really posted it on my YouTube since this is
Hmm.
a supernatural account. So I keep thinking like, well, it would be kind of weird of me to post something that's something not supernatural related, but
Right.
still, it's like it would still be funny, but now I feel like I want to do like a whole collab thing of like what would have happened if the ninth gate met supernatural. That way um if it comes out to where they say like oh yeah, Lucifer wrote this book and everything, then you get Lucifer who shows up and he's like hello, and then you get like Dean Corso just like looking so dumbfounded like wait, who are you?
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, I'm thinking of doing that one of these days, but I just don't know when exactly. But who knows?
Yeah.
It'll be one of these days.
Yeah, just take your time with it. But I'm sure, like, you'll put the work in and it'll be great.
Oh yeah, totally. Oh yeah, I was going to ask you though. Do you actually have Discord or do you not?
I don't use Discord.
Oh, you don't? That sucks, dude.
Oh, I'm not a Discord person. There's a lot of people like come to Discord, and I'm like, no, like
You, you,
no.
it's like it's mostly your choice. Like if you want to stick to Twitter, go ahead. I'm not gonna judge you over it. But yeah, it's like uh
It
you
sounds
know
like you're secretly judging me.
no, I'm
Just
not.
fuck. I'm just fucking with you. Just
I'm just like I'm like, hey, you want to keep doing Twitter? Keep doing Twitter. You want to join Discord one day? Join Discord. Either way, we're not here to judge you. We're just gonna be like, okay, what's your Discord? That way we can add you.
yeah. I had a Discord a long time ago, but I don't know. I didn't really feel it.
Oh, I see.
Controls were kind of confusing.
Yeah, it kind of updated over the years. I mean, I've had it since I think 2022.
I remember we were on there with Marty, and he's told the story. Um, he didn't know how to work it, so he thought he had left. So he went on the toilet, and it was me and Deacon, and Deacon's like, "Trash, we can hear you on the toilet." And he's like, "Oh my god!" It was fucking hilarious.
That is hilarious. Oh my god. Oh wow, that's really funny. Um, yeah, I think there was only one time where I think I was on Discord and I was joining some of my friends on there and I was playing a different game on my Xbox when I had an Xbox at the time.
Hmm.
And yeah, I kept thinking like, okay, like I was playing Grand Theft Auto, and I kept thinking like, okay, so this is what I gotta do, and then I crashed into a wall or something, and I was like, oh no, and I thought I had my mic off, but I didn't, and then some of my friends were like what happened? I was like, huh, nothing, and they were like, you said oh no, so what happened? I was like, All right, fine, I'll tell you. I'm playing Grand Theft Auto and I crashed into a wall. Happy, and they're like, "That's it." We thought it was something serious, and I was like, "No, it's nothing serious." But I thought I had my mic off, so that's when I started like being my own narrator, being like, "Oh no, I can't believe it happened."
Right.
Yeah. So that was a funny moment for me. But speaking of when I was gaming at the time, there was a time where I was playing Grand Theft Auto, and
Hmm.
this kind of relates to what you were saying earlier about like the whole like cartoon like kind of thing, like kind of like a Looney Tunes kind of thing. Um, when I was playing Grand Theft Auto, I was you get an option on there where you can use your avatar to um to have a job. And, you can
Yeah.
do like deliver pizzas and whatever. And so when I was out and about like trying to deliver pizzas, I nearly just like crashed into a car, and then my human avatar crashed into a wall, and I just fell flat splat right on the wall, and then I fell
Jesus.
straight down.
Damn.
It was like a cartoon version of like how you see like arms open wide with your legs open wide, and you just go splat right on the wall and you fall straight down.
Hmm.
And that's how my avatar was. It just like it went
Yeah.
splat right on the wall, arms
That's
and legs
that's
spread apart,
nuts.
and then fell down. I'm like, oh my god,
Damn.
that should have been
Damn.
recorded.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it should have been recorded, but it wasn't.
Right.
It was really fun. I don't play anymore, sadly, though.
Yeah, I haven't played in a while.
What's your reason?
I just haven't done it since the Xbox broke. But I used to play a lot of games. I'm not really much of a gamer anymore. I still game a bit, but I do like different stuff. But yeah, I remember I grew up with like GTA and Saints of Rose and Gears of War and all those types of games.
Yeah. Um, those sound like fun, but my reason that I stopped playing was because my Xbox was giving me the black screen of death. Like it
Oh
would only
yeah,
show the
Red
Xbox.
Ring.
Yeah. So it only showed me the Xbox logo and then total black screen. Nothing else.
Yeah, my Xbox shit the bed too. Lasted a
Yeah.
while, but then it shit the bed.
It shit the bed.
Yeah, like it died and shit the bed. It's like I'm done. Fuck you. It's like
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Like with me, how it happened was that I was trying to get into Fortnite since my other friends were playing it, and I thought, okay, I can try playing with them. And when I tried getting in, that's when the whole thing froze. And then I tried uninstalling it, because I thought if it's gonna make it freeze like that, then I'm not gonna play it. So I tried uninstalling it, but then after I restarted it and everything, that's when it started giving me the black screen of death, and I was like, "Oh fuck!"
Hmm. Yeah,
Like it completely died on me. It was like, "Oh, I don't care about you anymore."
like goodbye.
Yeah, it's like goodbye. I'm tired of you.
We are done here.
Yeah, pretty much. It was so done with me, and I'm like, okay, fine, have it your way, but this isn't over yet. And if my sister were in here right now, she'd be like, yeah, have it your way, but we're not at Burger King.
Yeah.
Yeah. However, I still do that thing that I did once.
Oh, what?
Remember? In the dark.
Oh yeah, in the dark. I still do that too. Yeah, in the dark.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've done it though, but I think the last time I did it, I think it was um I think it was just earlier today when I was getting ready for work. No wait, it was when I was getting in the garage and my mom was all like, "Oh yeah, you can always just, open the garage door." And I thought, "Okay." So I went in the garage and the light was off and everything. I didn't even open the garage door yet. And I was like, "Uh-oh, I'm in the dark."
Yeah, in the dark.
Yeah, I still do that. Like I know I have an accent and everything, and sometimes it
Oh,
comes
it's
out.
great.
Thank you. I know sometimes it can come out strong though, so a
Yeah.
lot of times I'm like, I don't know how I say things in my accent, but when people say, "Wait, how'd you say it?" I'm like, I don't know. How'd you hear me say it? Well, this is how I heard you say it. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Like I end up apologizing because I grew up with just me using my American accent because
Mhm.
my my speech therapist at the time, they were like yeah, with how you're talking, you're replacing your R's and L's with your W's, and you're not allowed to do that. You need to speak normally. And I'm like, how do you know I'm not speaking normally? Like this could be the normal way I talk, and you may not even know it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was because of them that I had to hide my real accent and use the American accent. And I'm like, that kind of hides the whole family tradition of accents because
What
our
is your accent? Like, where's it from?
I was just about to get to that. It's sort of a mixture. I think it's more on the European side because according to my ancestry DNA, I have a
Hmm.
very high percentage of English and like like on the Europe side where like you get France and all of that.
Hmm.
So and that's because our grandfather he was mostly French and our grandmother was Mexican, but she was also Native American, and so was our grandfather. So, it's like two accents sort of combining in one in me. So that's where it comes from.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I try using it on here more as Madison Winchester because they don't not everyone knows like my real voice with the accent, but they know my other voice with my American accent. So I'm like, I'll just use this one. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I rather do it that way than people telling me like, do you know you replace your R's and L's with your W's? Why do you do that? Like, you have no right to judge me. It's almost like me criticizing you on dipping your chicken nuggets in sweet and sour sauce.
Yeah.
It's like you don't criticize me, I don't criticize you. It works both ways.
Yeah. I get that. It's okay to ask questions, but it's like don't be a dick about it. Don't be like, well, why you talk like that? Why you talk like that? Why do
Yeah,
you talk like
exactly.
everybody else? Read a dictionary. It's like go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
How
like
about
with
you
yours,
go eat a dictionary? You fuck. I don't know.
yeah, like with your question, it was very innocent. Yours was more of a like, hey, your accent, where does it come from exactly? It was more of an
Yeah.
innocent question. It wasn't more of a where does it come from because it sounds hideous. It wasn't anything like that.
No, I like it. I think it's cool. I like in the dark is one of my. I still do that. That's one of my favorite things to do. It's fun. It's fun to me.
Yeah, it's fun to act like that. So yeah, when yeah, I like to have fun, with my accent when it comes to things like that. And including when
Mhm.
I say neighborhood, like, when I say that, even my normal voice, my accent still comes out. So it sounds like I'm saying neighborhood, and I'm like, to some people it's like neighborhood, and with me I'm
Yeah.
like neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, how's your neighborhood? And then with me, I'm like, my neighborhood. And they're like, what? And I'm like, you know what I mean. My neighbor, right? And they're
That's
like,
not that far off. You can tell what they're saying.
yeah. But some people, they still look at me very weird and they're like, what are you saying? So that's when I started hiding my real voice and using the American accent, because I'm like, if people
Right.
don't understand me in my real voice, how will they understand me? So that's when
I
I started using
mean,
the American accent.
sometimes accents throw me off and I can be a little slow to them, but I figure them out eventually.
Oh
Unless
yeah.
unless somebody has like a super strong accent, and that's just crazy because some people's accents are so strong it sounds like they're saying gibberish. They're saying words, it's just the accent is very strong.
Yeah, yeah. Like mine used to be very strong as a child, but of course, growing up, the strongness kind of faded. But
Hmm.
at times it's still there. But sometimes you can barely notice it. So you know,
Yeah.
to me, in my opinion, sometimes I can act like I'm in the Harry Potter universe, or I can act like I can kind of like talk like in a Johnny Depp accent, like like how he talks in Pirates of the Caribbean. Like how the like you lost the pearl. Like sometimes I
Hmm.
can try. Sometimes I can act like him and not even realize it until later down the road, and I'm like, oh, I didn't realize I was trying to sound like him. I didn't realize.
Hmm.
Like that's when I realized I watched too much Johnny Depp movies. Like
Yeah, you're
watched
really
too
a
many.
Johnny Depp fan. Nobody can take that away from you.
No. Even if they tried to, they would fail big time. And I'll be like, you try to take Johnny Depp away from me, then I'm gonna take something precious away from you.
Yeah, I'm gonna feed your soul to this dragon over here. It's to the soul dragon. I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
making this shit up. Um, yeah,
yeah, that's funny, dude. Oh my god. Feeding it to the dragon.
I will feed it to the dragon.
And then there'll be a dragon warrior.
Yeah, skadoosh.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have fun with that.
Yeah, good movies.
Oh, very. Yeah, there was a time where like my boyfriend, he loves dragons too. So there was a time where he was quoting Mushu, and I think I said something about little dragon, and he goes, "Hey, dragon, dragon, not lizard. I don't do that hunting." And I kind of teased him a little bit. I was like, "Yeah, you do." And he's like, "Babe, don't get me started." Like he kind of gave me that look. Like he knew what I was doing. He knew where I was getting at. So yeah, because he teases me a lot too. So I'm like, I gotta tease him at some point.
Right. I
Yeah.
get
So,
that.
but that happened at least a couple of times in our relationship where he would be quoting Mushu, and I'm like, babe, you know why I'm looking at you like this. You know very well why. And then
Hmm.
there was a time where I just like I was just like smiling at him, but like looking at him like he was being adorable because he was. And he looked at me. He goes, "What?" And I'm like, "You're just being adorable." And he goes, "You are 100% more adorable than I am." I'm like, no, we both have to be. Why do you think we're an adorable couple?
Ah,
But of course, he won because he said it's because of you being in this relationship that it makes it a million times more adorable. Damn, dude, what are you doing over there?
I'm just walking around.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, I was looking for my water bottle.
Well, you gotta stay hydrated.
Yeah, trying to cut back on the soda.
Yeah, I gotta remind myself at work to drink some water instead of drinking so much soda.
Oh yeah, I was a fiend with it. I'm still bad, but I'm better than I was.
Oh, at least that's good.
I'm a fucking addict.
Yeah, so was I. Like I remember I used to drink at least like I think 3 or 4 soda bottles a day. And I'm like thinking, this is not good. Like, I gotta cut back. And I did. I cut back a lot. So
Good.
I went from 3 to 4 like 3 to 4 soda bottles to like just having one a day. Or since now I'm at work, I would, only have soda at work, but I don't drink a soda bottle at home.
Right.
Yeah, so I've gotten a lot better from that.
That's good.
Yeah, but sadly, I do have to go because, yeah, pretty soon I
Yeah.
gotta head to bed for work. But,
Oh yeah, yeah. No, you're good. Uh, before you go, real quick, can I ask you something real quick in the back?
oh, sure.
Yeah, I won't take up too much of your time. Um, I'll be
Okay.
quick about it.
All right, sounds good. Well, everyone, this is me and Trenchy signing off, and I hope you have enjoyed this chat. And my love, again, if you're watching this, just know that even though I'm worried about you, I'm not giving up on looking for you. I'm still gonna be looking. I'm still gonna wait for you. But just come back soon, okay? I love you, baby. So, this is me and Trenchy signing off. Adios, amigos.
Thanks for having me on.
You're welcome. Bye, bye, everyone.